We are back to talk all about the NBA Cup championship. Yes, we have went through this whole in-season tournament. Hold on. We have went through this whole in-season tournament, and now we have finally made it to the championship game. Fellas, I'm excited to talk about who's going to win between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. We got a clash of two teams that have had very good seasons so far, and now we get to see everything at stake, everything on the floor. Winner takes all. Who is going to win between these teams? Thoughts and feelings heading into this game, fellas.
I actually like the matchup of Fox and Jalen Brunson. I think that with Fox being able to put so much pressure on that San Antonio defense, especially on their perimeter, Fox being able to put so much pressure on New York on their perimeter defense, I think that's going to cause a lot of trouble for Jalen Brunson. But on the flip side to that, I also think that OG Anunoby, I think he can cause a lot of trouble dealing with Castle, keeping the basketball away from him, keeping him at bay. The difference in this game is going to be Wemby. And the reason why I feel like the difference in this game is going to be Wemby is because the last time both Cat and Wemby went at it, I think it was last year on Christmas, and he basically just gave Cat the business. So I think that the only way to thwart what Wemby does is Cat has to go back at him. It's going to be almost impossible to stop him, to limit his touches, and that's not really who Cat is. So I think it's important for Cat to go at him. I think that San Antonio's rotation, I think that they can match what the New York Knicks rotation is if Mike Brown doesn't dig deep into his bench with those big guys that he has. But if he does, I think that's going to be a huge problem for San Antonio. I like the Knicks in this matchup.
It's a rematch of the 99 finals, Joe.
It is. It 100% is. Except Duncan and David Robinson are not there anymore. No. They're not there anymore. So
Cowboy Bob gonna be mad about this, but give me the Spurs, man.
What you like about San Antonio that you don't like about the Knicks?
Well, I don't even think it's like that. I think the Knicks are on an incredible run since Josh Hart entered that starting lineup, but I feel like San Antonio believes that they're going to win this a little bit more. They played an incredible game against OKC. If you could do that to Shea, if you could do that to Chet, if you could do that to OKC, I'm going to trust you that you can do that against Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns.
See, Penn, I worry about stuff like that because when I see it's almost like the NCAA tournament. What I mean when I say that is when you see a team in the NCAA tournament get busy against a team, it's almost like they emptied it, and then when they see the other team, like they gave all that they had against that other team. Like when you see a 13 seed end up beating a 4 seed or something like that, they emptied it against them. Well, is it fair to say, considering what Oklahoma City was defensively, offensively, San Antonio may have emptied it against San Antonio, and it's going to be difficult to match that in terms of offensively against this Knicks team? Because I think that's what the issue is going to be.
Other teams, yes, but the way Wemby was talking about it afterwards, it doesn't feel like they think that they're so high on themselves. You know what I mean? Like Greg Popovich always used to talk about this thing: appropriate fear. You should always have an amount of appropriate fear for your opponent, respect for your opponent. And I would understand maybe a younger team, maybe like a Houston or something, they beat OKC, they'd be like, oh, we got a clear path. And then boom, they sleep on the next opponent. I don't think the Spurs are overlooking anybody right now.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you overlook an NBA team? Like, what are we doing?
You just beat the best team in the NBA. You might be feeling yourself a little bit. You might walk in being like, oh, we invincible. And then you get jumped, right?
I think that's just how y'all look at I think if any team beat the Thunder, they just feel like they just beat the Thunder. Don't really mean like you win a championship for beating the Thunder. You just beat them. You just won a game, 1 of 82. I don't think they look at it like how y'all.
Well, that's the difference, though, Jordan. Because actually, if you beat the Thunder, we can win a championship in this particular situation. We actually can win the championship.
Chill, what Jordan's saying is like you don't have to overlook somebody to get beat by them. Like you can prepare night and day. You can prepare tediously, and you can still get your ass beat on any given night because you could come out and you guys just might not be playing that well. And the other team can come out and they could be firing on all cylinders. The Thunder can play their best game but the Jazz can play a better game and beat them, and we almost seen that this year. So
Okay.
it's like, but it might not be a case of the Thunder overlooking the Jazz. It's just the Jazz got NBA players too that lace up their shoes one by one. They put on their jerseys. They prepare. They go through warm-ups. They have their pregame meals. And the Jazz can just be better than the Thunder one night. It doesn't have to do with the Thunder being like, oh, man, it's just the Jazz.
Well, wait a minute, though,
or
the Spurs, like, because they beat the Thunder, it's like, oh, we beat the Thunder, we going to win the chip. I don't think that nobody thinking like that. I think they just beat the Thunder. And now they know
Jordan,
they have
where you getting that from?
Beat the Knicks.
Where are you getting that from? Like overlooking these teams. Like, I don't think that the Knicks are overlooking. I mean, I don't think San Antonio is overlooking them. My logic is this San Antonio team. I feel like there's a world where we emptied it against this team, and that was all we had. And then going up against this Knicks team, that doesn't mean that we overlooking them. No, we're not overlooking.
Why you say they empty it though?
Well, because the NBA. Let's not sit up here and act like you don't play different against the NBA champion. I don't care if it's on a Tuesday in January or in the playoffs. You play different against the champ than you do against Washington or against any other team.
But what do you mean emptied it? Like that's all they got? Like they gave it all to the Thunder? Like what you insinuating? And I just don't agree with that. I think they just played
exactly that. So now when we see the Knicks, everything that we gave Oklahoma City, do we have that same effort against the Knicks? Do we have that same, not just philosophy, but that same effort? Can we bring that same game that we gave Oklahoma City? Can we bring that same game to the Knicks? That's my logic. Because
I understand. That's why I'm asking, like, why wouldn't they? Like I'm saying, like,
because we gave it all to the Oklahoma City. That's why.
All year. Them getting Wemby back is just like they've been a serious team all year. Then them just adding Wemby back like that.
Sure.
Like that should just, make the game easier and better for them, to be honest.
It should, but let's not act like Wemby is getting back in the lineup and he's still on a minutes restriction. It's not like Wemby is Wemby is getting back in the lineup and he's 35 minutes a game. No, don't forget, he didn't play the whole first quarter in game one. And when he got out there in the second quarter, it was like Oklahoma City were flabbergasted, like, oh shit, I forgot y'all had that. So now that they did that, okay, they go up against this Knicks team, and that same effort, maybe even more energy, is gonna be needed. That effort that Cat gave against not Cat, I'm sorry. That effort that he gave against Oklahoma City, he might need more of that against this New York Knicks team. That effort that Castle gave, he might need more of that against this San Antonio.
I don't think he would need more. I don't think he would need more, to be honest. I mean, they played obviously a tougher team in Oklahoma City Thunder than the Knicks. The Thunder is obviously a tougher team. The Knicks is going to be a tough team too, by the way. Like they're going to be a tough out too. I think they just bring it. I think all the marbles is on the table. This is for the bread. Like they just going to bring it and play. Like I don't think from the Spurs games that I saw this year, I can't see, like, I didn't see many Spurs players just taking days off and, plays off. Like they play young, energetic, and they play hard. So I don't think they're going to go, they're playing in Vegas, right? A mutual side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think they go to Vegas and just like forget why they there. I can't see that is what I'm saying.
But chill right quick. I just want to get some clarification. Because my man Peace Warrior in the chats, I usually don't do this, but Peace Warrior asked a great question. He said, "Chill, are you talking energy or mentality, or a little bit of both?"
I think it's a little bit of both.
You said that they can't bring it because they emptied it.
I think it's a little bit of both because when we're going up against a team like Oklahoma City, don't forget this team won 17 straight games coming into this game. They looked almost invincible at that point. They were steamrolling everybody. So it took everything we had to drop them. Now, don't get me wrong, Ron. We got a couple of days within the championship game. That was on Saturday. We got 3 days to chill. All right, now we get a chance to reload, but can we still bring that same energy to drop this Knicks team? Because it's going to be different dropping this Knicks team than it was dropping this Oklahoma City team. Can we have the same mentality? Even though it is for all the marbles, can we have the same mentality? This ain't Oklahoma City. They don't fly around on defense the way the Knicks don't fly around on defense the way Oklahoma City does. They don't have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's the bucket getter, even though I think Brunson is 100% a bucket getter. But I just think that we're seeing something different. And is it possible that what we had against Oklahoma City, can we still have that against the Knicks? That's the question that needs to be
It's not
answered.
like the Knicks didn't exhaust themselves playing against Orlando.
Yeah.
right? So that was a tough opponent. That's a physical opponent. Paolo's physical. Jalen Suggs physical. There's a lot of physical dudes over there. So it's not like both teams didn't go up against, formidable opponents. And I just think, the Spurs are one of the youngest teams in the league. They're not super old. It's early in the season. They probably got the fresher legs at this point. You know what I mean? And I feel like first game back from a long period off, and Wemby looked pretty damn good. I imagine he might look better tonight, Chill. I think that's a fair I think that's a fair suspicion.
With a couple of days off.
Do we know what his minutes are like? Is because he's still around like the 20, 21, 20.
I think it was 25.
He was at a 20-minute.
I think it was 25. I think it was 25 against
okay,
so he
against
played
Oklahoma
22
City.
minutes, didn't he?
Yeah, he played 22, but 25 sounds about right though.
I think his minutes restriction, it might go up. I think it's going to go up in this game. Now, don't get me wrong, they ain't going to run him in the ground, Ron. I don't think they're going to play him 40 minutes or anything like that. No, but I think that I think I could see Wemby playing 30 minutes tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that with him.
They played him 21 minutes. So they played him 21 minutes. His minutes restriction was supposed to be 20. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 25.
Yep.
Maybe 30. But I mean, he was like plus 22 in the game, and it was so obvious. They tell you don't look at a single game plus minus, and I get that. I totally get that. It's very misleading. But with him, you could feel it. When he came into the game, both stretches, three stretches, it was like an immediate shift in terms of how OKC played basketball. Yeah, OKC could not attack against him the same way. So to me, it's like if he's starting, I wonder, watching Jalen Brunson as much as I have this year, I think Wemby at the rim can really, really make a big difference. And knowing how those dogs on the perimeter attack for them, knowing how Dylan Harper's guarding right now, knowing how Steph Castle's guarding right now, I feel like Jalen Brunson about to have like a really hard matchup.
Yo, but before we get to even really like deep diving into the matchup and stuff like that, because I do want to talk about how Wemby would look against this Knicks offense, because I think this Knicks offense the Knicks have a potent offense, and I'm curious to see how Wemby fares against that, or how they fare against Wemby, depending on how you look at it. But I want to rewind right quick though, because Mars, I want to hear your thoughts on the mentality and being prepared. Do you think that San Antonio, based on last game, that they may not bring it, or just because of what they just previously faced with OKC, you think they gave it their all and they just don't have it now?
I'm definitely the wrong person to ask about that.
I think you're the right person.
I'm definitely not.
I think you got a good answer for us.
I don't know.
All right, let me just ask you, what do you think's the mentality of both teams? Do you think it's just like it's another day in the office, or you think like stakes is high for real?
I mean, that's what, 500,000? Is that what it is? 500,000 on the line?
Yes, each.
Yeah, so that's the stakes. Everyone reacts to stakes differently. Some people view it as just another game because that's the way they keep their composure and whatnot. Some people understand the stakes and that makes them play better, but then some people understand the stakes and that makes them play worse because of nerves. Like I don't know these people. I can't tell you the mentality. I can tell you I can understand different mindsets playing a part in sports, but I can't tell you who's going through and who has what mindset. And I think anyone who doesn't know these players pretending they do is probably lying to you. But yeah, I think the stakes are high. I think that's without question. That's undeniable. Whether we value the NBA Cup as fans or not doesn't change the fact that $500,000 is a lot of money. So, and these players, I think there might be a part of it that is more playing for their teammates as opposed to playing for themselves. I think someone said that the other week that like this isn't really about Jalen Brunson and OG Anunoby getting their bread, insofar as it's about them getting the 12th and 13th man on their rosters, that extra 500,000, which is definitely going to mean more for them than it would for themselves. Not that they wouldn't like the 500,000. So I think that just playing for your teammates, understanding that the guys who might not get in the game as much, this could be a big deal for them. And whether that makes them play better or worse, I don't know. We saw last year in the cup final, OKC played trash. Shea didn't have a good game. They couldn't buy a three, all that stuff. I remember at the time, people were saying that's the proof that they're not experienced enough to go far in the playoffs and whatnot. Turns out that wasn't true, but that was like the theory. So I think if the Spurs lose, that will probably be the running thing again. Oh, Wemby's not ready to take this team, blah blah blah, in the playoffs or whatnot, especially if he doesn't have a great game. So yeah, I think there's definitely there's probably a different mindset for this game because it is a different game. But I couldn't tell you who's gonna react what way. And I'm not going to tell you just because one team plays badly that they felt the pressure, or that because one team played well that they didn't feel the pressure. I feel like that would probably be lazy. So
I think that they do understand what's at stake. So I don't want to misconstrue that. I think that they do recognize what is at stake. But if I'm not mistaken, Penn, I think with this cup, I think the loser on each team, I think they get 200,000. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's something like that.
They do get a lot of money. So basically,
yeah,
anyone who makes the final 8, even the teams that lost in the opening round, Miami, Toronto, those teams, they still got something for it. I think it was like $5,000. It's something, and it's especially something if you're Julian Champagnie, if you're David Jones Garcia, if you're Carter Bryant, if you're Steph Castle, even if you're Luke Cornett. You haven't made a lot of money in your career. This is your first big contract, $11 million. Take agent fees, taxes out of it. You're not making that much money.
Even right now, Wemby ain't made that much money yet.
Yeah, like, endorsements.
What endorsements? But we know what's coming.
What he wants doesn't change. He has a Nike deal. Like he's getting paid. Yeah, he's. But
I think
say all he wants. He's getting money.
If you look at how close the Spurs team is, if you look at just looking at their team, watching them as much as I have, Jeremy Sohan is a really big part of what they do culturally. You know, the team dynamics, right? Dylan Harper, obviously very connected with his teammates. He's on a rookie contract. Lindy Waters III, Julian Champagnie, Carter Bryant, Jordan McLaughlin, Bismack Biyombo, just a guy who is a beloved veteran on a minimum contract. I look at all these guys, and they're making less than $5 million, $6 million a year, right? With the exception of Dylan Harper, who's on his, second overall pick contract. So it's just like when I see these guys, I'm just like, man, the Spurs do have a lot more to play for in terms of the financial, implications of what $500,000 would mean for Julian Champagnie, and Julian's actually going to get in the game. That's the difference.
$500,000, contrary to popular belief, is life-changing money. Even if you are making $50 million, because you might be changing somebody else's life.
What's the popular belief that it's not?
But I'm listening to dudes in the chat. If we end up losing, it was like $200,000. Well, it's a $300,000 difference. If I got extra $200,000 and I'm only making $1.5 million, or I'm making $2 million to get an extra $200,000, that does change my life in some ways.
From a purely financial standpoint, $500,000 would mean a lot more to you if you're younger than if you're older.
Nah, for sure.
Right? Because if you're younger, $500,000 might be your first opportunity to buy your mom a home, might be the first opportunity to buy your brother a home. Like that could have been just internally to give yourself a little bit more fuel. That would be like, that could be the deal. Be like, yo, if I get this $500,000, mom, I'm buying you a house. That's the first, you know what I mean? So if you're an 8-year vet, you probably already bought all the homes you're going to buy. You know what I mean? You already bought your grandma a home, mom a home, aunt a home, brother a home. You're good, right?
Sure.
So yeah, that's why I think younger teams probably have a little bit more. Like the $500,000 probably means a little bit more if you're younger. That's all I'm saying.
I also want to look at it from the Knicks perspective too, though, because albeit guys like Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Jordan Clarkson, Mitchell Robinson. These guys have been around the block, and these guys have gotten paid. And obviously they have dudes on their roster as well that are on minimum contracts or haven't got paid as much. But when you look at the top core guys or their top guys, starters, and their top bench players, these guys have been around the block. They've gotten a significant amount of change. They know how the NBA works. But when I look at these guys, this is a group of dudes up there in New York that really have something to prove. They lost in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, when, everybody was picking the Knicks, except for me and Swiper, but that's neither here nor there. Everybody was picking the Knicks. They were supposed to go to the finals. A lot of people are picking the Knicks to come out the East this year. 2 years ago, people had faith in the Knicks, and they lost in the second round again. 3 years ago, when obviously it was a different roster, but Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, they got packed up. I'm saying, like, This is a group of guys. Mikal Bridges, he's been to the championship and he's lost. This is a group. OG Anunoby has won. Josh Hart's never really won like that. This is a group of guys that have something to prove. And I feel like they could potentially have a chip on their shoulder. And this could be their statement game to let the world know. Like, New York is back. New York is here. New York is serious. And we're really a contender.
Well, who's been the most serious over the last like decade or two? And that's San Antonio. It's been the Knicks that have been trying to get back to that space that you talk about, Ron. So with them trying to get back to that space, this is another stepping stone to show that we are serious about being a legit contender. We are serious about getting back to the championship. And this is another way to do it, playing against a really good San Antonio Spurs team and beating them. Because, I mean, they've gotten close to them. They haven't gotten close to the mountaintop. It's been San Antonio over the last decade that has actually been in the NBA championship, that has been in the NBA finals and has won the NBA championship, right? A little bit over a decade ago. I'll take that back. Not a decade. It's them. It's the Knicks who have been, for lack of a better term, blundering, right? It's them who've botched trades. It's them who has had bad seasons. Don't forget, Ron, we had 5 straight 50-loss seasons, right? So here we are now in this in-season tournament where, you know, we can really make some noise. We can really get some traction and show that even though San Antonio came out here to win, like, we came out here to win too.
Hey, chill.
How much is that?
Just right quick, Ox. The people can get mad at me if you want to, but the Knicks have really been the laughing stock of at least the East.
Garbage.
Really the NBA, because you're in New York City.
Garbage.
The Knicks have been the laughing stock of the league since Patrick Ewing left. Y'all can get mad at me if y'all want to.
I hate when y'all do this.
But Ox, I could run off these records. Like the Knicks have had.
That shit don't matter. That was like this isn't. These aren't the same. These aren't the same team, same coaching staff, same nothing. Greg Popovich is not around. Like these teams are. Now, mind you, I believe the Spurs have been the best franchise of the past 25 years. 100%.
Why?
Because they well, not even the past 25 years, honestly. Like if you take off, you know, the past 10 years, from there to when Tim Duncan's whole career, the Spurs were the best franchise in the NBA. Tim Duncan's been gone for a long time. Like these aren't the same franchises at all. Like the Knicks were a laughing stock then. This is a completely different team, different everything. So like I just don't think any of that matters today at all.
No, I'm gonna tell you why I believe it matters. Because once again, I just highlighted it for the players. But you don't think that the players feel the urge in the city? You don't think that the players want to bring a championship to New York? You know, of all cities you could bring a championship to. You don't think that they're like
the players in Minnesota. I think the players in Minnesota want to bring a championship to Minneapolis.
I understand that though, but Minnesota's not in the position that New York's in right now. Well, they kind of are out west, but I'm specifically talking about the Knicks. I'm talking about now you guys are finally, now the city of New York is finally relevant. The city of New York is buzzing. You guys got a good team. And I just highlighted it. Yes, these guys might not have been there 20 years ago, but they know that the Knicks have only had 3 winning seasons over the last 20 years. And on top of that, they was just in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They
winning seasons, Ron? 3
winning. Well, right. Outside of the last 3 years. So my bad. It hasn't been. It's been 6.
So
over
those when Melo was there and stuff.
Yeah,
well, look, what I'm saying, Ron. I don't. Okay, so it matters, but I think it matters so little that it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It matters so little because like you said, I think you said something a little bit earlier ago. Like when y'all was talking about OKC and the Spurs game, and then how's that relevant to this game? It's not. You know what I mean? Like this game, I don't think that the past of the New York Knickerbockers and the past of the San Antonio Spurs are going to have any significance in this particular basketball game.
So Ox, let me just ask you. Let's say that, you know, you went to college, you ended up getting on at the 4-year university you were supposed to go to, and you got busy and went to the league like you could have. And let's say you was a late first round pick to the Sacramento Kings. You mean to tell me that wouldn't mean a little bit more to you? And the reason why I'm bringing up you going to the Kings, which obviously they haven't been that good of a franchise, but you bringing a championship to Sacramento, the reason why I'm saying that this is relevant to this whole thing, where's Jalen Brunson from? Where's Mikal Bridges from? Where's Karl Anthony Towns from? Those are all guys that are from the New York area. So they know how
Karl Anthony Towns is from New Jersey.
Right,
New
right.
Jersey, New York, that's the same shit.
Ron.
No, it's not.
I mean, but all right, so it's not the same thing, Ron. But I get where you're coming from. My thing, once again, Ron. That's
5 minutes away from each other.
Right, Ron. What I'm saying, Ron, is I understand that. Like, I get the point you're trying to make, and I think that point is true. I just don't think it holds as much weight in this particular basketball game as I think you're making it seem. I just don't. And on top of that, Ron, I do, and we've talked about it already. We've talked about it already. Like, the in-season tournament has been good for basketball. It's been making it more competitive at this point in the year. But if we were talking about the actual championship, I could see that holding a little bit more weight. On top of that, I do want to say, because I came in on you talking about it, Penn, and we actually spoke about this before. And I think it was Antonio Daniels I was listening to talk about it. And it's not so much about the guys that have, like so you say the Knicks, Ron, you're saying the Knicks have all these guys that have been around and they made so much money. And so what Antonio Daniels and I think Frank Isola, they were saying they're going to play harder for Tyler Kolek. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play they're going to play harder for the other guys because they know, like, we got money. I want to see them have money. So it's like when you offer somebody with multi-millions of dollars, if you offer them some money, that's not going to move them. But when they see that my young boy who's been in the locker room with me, been here with me last year, been with me in the offseason, I see him putting in his work, I'm going to go out there and lay it all out on the line for him. You know what I mean? So I think the Knicks absolutely are going to be moved by that. Like when Jalen Brunson playing for Tyler Kolek, I think is going to be a really big deal. Like that's what I think that moves them around more than the fact that the Knicks have 6 winning seasons since Patrick Ewing left.
That is fair, Pox. I think it will matter though at some point how much do the Knicks veterans actually care about Tyler Kolek's money. You know what I mean?
We'll never know that, but I think they care a lot.
We don't, but like there was this I think Giannis, he like really wanted to get the money for one of his teammates. There was like a teammate, and I don't think it was Thanasis. I think there was a story out where he wanted to pay his mortgage or something like that. Couple things, Ron. One, I heard you basically conglomerate the entire tri-state area into New York.
Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry, everybody from the tri-state. I didn't
hold
mean
up.
to be that insensitive.
Hold up, because these cities have a lot of pride. So I'm gonna make something clear. Jalen Brunson from New Jersey, Karl Anthony Towns from New Jersey, Edison, New Jersey. Spent a lot of time in Edison in my childhood, so shout outs to Edison, New Jersey. Let me find out Mikal Bridges is actually from Philadelphia, bro. What are we doing here?
I mean, that's the same thing too.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, I mean, but New Jersey doesn't have a basketball team anymore, so I think they can have a little pride playing for
Philly. Got a basketball team. He done
right. I didn't say anything about Philly. I'm saying New Jersey.
Is Anthony Davis also from New York, Ron?
No,
let me just find out. You drew a map between
Chicago, Philly.
It's pretty close, right?
Nah.
Tyler Hero from New York too.
Chicago is in a.
So Ron, Edison to New York City. That's Renton to Seattle.
That's the same. That's New York then.
Yeah.
That's New York then.
It's like 15. What is Renton? Like 15, 20 minutes from Seattle?
Renton and Seattle border each other. Like that's how close. When I leave Renton, I enter Seattle.
Edison's like a half an hour from downtown New York City. Literally.
Well, chill. Okay, so let me ask you, because Ron put that to me like playing for the Kings. Chill. If you played for the Knicks, wouldn't you look at that as a pride thing? Because y'all, once again, Jersey doesn't have a team anymore, so it's kind of like, okay, I'm not from New York, I'm from Jersey, but I'm putting on for the tri-state area. Like I'm putting on for this whole region. So I understand it's not the same thing, but I mean, I think Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson. I think not so much Mikal, because he's from Philly, but I think those guys could look at it like, okay, this isn't my city, but this is our team. You know what I mean? Like, but once again, either way, I just don't think it holds as much significance as it does. Like that's gonna win or lose you the game. If you don't have that pride for your basketball team, then that's just something that you got to work on yourself. Like if you're not out to win because you're a competitor, then that's an issue. That's an issue right there.
Yeah.
And plus, who's to say the Knicks aren't better than the Thunder anyway? I was listening to y'all talking about that whole Spurs thing. Who's to say
in
that
one game they could have
who's
beat
to say
them.
who's to say OKC or who's to say that the Spurs are going to have a harder game against OKC than they are against the Knickerbockers? You know,
they could definitely have a more difficult game. And again, like I said, I just feel like when you're going up against a team like Oklahoma City, where you've basically emptied the tank to beat them because they've been rolling, and now I got to do that again in the championship game where the stakes are even higher. Can I still bring that same energy for this group that I brought for the champion who was in the in-season tournament championship game last year? Can I bring that same energy for them? And that's what I'm looking to see. That's not to say that they won't. That's not to say that the Knicks won't give San Antonio a run for their money like Oklahoma City did. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying, though, is if I'm going up against this team, do I have the same energy to bring it again 3 nights later against this team?
Chill. Something very interesting. A lot of times people talk about the Spurs dynasty and their Spurs record of success. And I agree with Ron that they are legitimately the best team like we've seen in our lifetime. But this is very interesting. Since Chill is not here, I will ask anybody up here. Is 48-34 a pretty good record? Which is to say, do you respect a team that wins 58% of their games? Is that a pretty respectable record?
Mars?
Sure.
Okay. Between 1990 and 2017, the San Antonio Spurs finished with a record of 58% or above 26 out of 28 times. The only two years, one, they missed it by one game in 1992, and the other year was 1997 when they tanked for Tim Duncan. That's it. So I've often heard that the Spurs basically dynasty started when Tim Duncan got drafted. I disagree. I think it started in like 1990.
It started in 87 when they got David Robinson.
Yeah, so when David Robinson joined the NBA.
28 wins. I mean, I don't know if that's a dynasty, but yeah, they won 56 games in 1989, 1990. Then they won 55 games, 47, 49, 55, 60, 62. I mean, 62 wins. They got to the finals, dude. So, I mean, this Spurs team been really, really good for a really long time.
So David Robinson was the star of the dynasty. All right, shout out to him.
I mean, yeah, they won their first championship with him starting center.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm shout out to David Robinson. Underrated.
Well, it did. Well, let's be clear, Miles. When they drafted David Robinson, it was obvious that that's what they were building it around. He was their franchise player, right? He's the guy that they draft. Just like when they drafted Tim Duncan. I mean, it became apparent really early. Duncan better than this dude. This is the guy that we're going to go through. This is the guy that we're building this thing around. Well, that's what they did with David Robinson. You know, Artis Gilmore was already gone when they ended up getting the number 1 pick. So they were building this thing around David Robinson, who, by the way, didn't get on the roster for 2 years because he still had to finish his Navy commitment. So he didn't get on the group. He didn't get with the group until the 89-90 season. And then the next year, they ended up getting Sean Elliott. So it did start with David Robinson. Then they drafted Sean Elliott, and then they built it around those guys. And then they just kept running into the Jazz and the Trailblazers, and it just got tricky until they got Tim Duncan. Can't hear you, Ron. Turn your microphone on, Ron. We can't hear you.
Great time.
I was having a great time too, Moss, until this dude right here. Still can't hear you, Ron. No, we can't hear you, Ron.
Oh, I just had to turn my camera off. All right, fellas. Well, it has been amazing us talking about, the in-season tournament, NBA Cup championship for the first part of this show. I do want to deep dive in later on how we think that this game will go. Talk a little bit of X's and O's. Penn, we alluded to this earlier, but I really want to get on the court and see how you guys feel that this game will pan out and how these teams really stack up against each other. All mentality and stuff like that excluded. All expectations. All who's eager to win the 500K and all of that. I want to talk about what actual ball looks like between these two teams. But before we do that, we got to talk about how you guys are going to get paid tonight from the NBA Cup. Yo, Big Ox, we have to put together something that is fire for the people. Now, obviously, we know Wemby is back. We know Jalen Brunson's going to be in his bag. We know Karl Anthony Towns is the best shooting big of all time. We know OG Anunoby has some Glazers out there that is going to take his more on his PRA. But we got to figure out exactly how we're going to put all this together. And we're doing this right here, right now on Splash Sports because this is the best place possible to put your basketball IQ, your basketball knowledge to the test. Now, here's what we're going to do. After we scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the bio and download the Splash Sports app, we are going to choose 4 different players based on their player projections, and we're either going to go more or go less. And the cool thing about this is we're only playing against other people that are playing with the same, either the same pick amount or the same money amount. We are not playing against anybody or anything that is AI generated. We're not playing against the house. We're not playing against cheaters. We are playing against other people that know ball, but they just don't know ball as much as us. Now, this is exactly what we got, and this is exactly what we rocking with. Big Ox, talk to us about what you put together.
First of all, shout out to Splash Sports and shout out to the real ball knowers. Once again, I had to arise this morning at 4:07 a.m. Pacific Standard Time just to make sure I did the proper research, went through all the stats, thumbed through all the games and everything to see how to make this happen. And my conclusion was to take OG Anunoby more, PRA, 24.5. It was an easy pick. Then I went with Karl Anthony Towns. I believe he'll have more than 13.5 assists plus rebounds. Jalen Brunson, I don't think he's going to do much passing tonight. I think he's going to have less than 6.5 assists. And to wrap it all up, we took Victor Wembanyama, 22.5 points more. We call this easy money.
And that's how we rocking today on Splash Sports. You know what you guys should do? Either tell that same contest, or if you think Big Ox don't know what the hell he's talking about, just hit up Penn. Penn will give you all the calculations and all the numbers and stuff like that. And maybe hit up Mars, but you never know how Mars is feeling. He might just leave you on red. But I know Penn would never do that. And Penn will give you the right picks. And we'll all win on Splash Sports tonight. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle.
People have been waiting on an email response from me from like 2018. Okay? I will
Penn, answer your emails, Joe. I've been trying to get back with you, Penn.
I will definitely leave you on red.
I didn't say
what is the deal?
I said hit up Penn.
Damn, that's crazy, Penn. Because I was in Toronto last weekend, was hitting you up, and you was leaving me on red.
What is the deal, Penn? We're trying to get with you, and we can't find you nowhere.
Dog. That's cold.
It's something about our international panelists, y'all. If we travel to London, we're gonna get left out on the street.
My phone been on do not disturb for like 8 months.
If we travel to Toronto, Penn's phone don't work. You know one place I know we could go?
Where?
I know we can go to the land down under and get treated well. And once again, that's
answer the phone.
That's either Australia.
He coming to get us. We ain't got to worry about it. He know what time we showing up. He coming to scoop us. I know who ain't coming to scoop us. This dude right here with the Mars. The green hoodie is giving me cloudy, gloomy, like rainy day. Like what's going on, Mars? You all right today, brother? Because I'm getting like a Wednesday in January, you know, like 17 degrees and cloudy.
I don't know. What the hell is discovered this? Ron's discovered a new camera layout and he's trying to show it off every chance he gets. He's done this like 3 times today.
Is this a gloom moth? Are we trying to figure out who's more miserable right now?
Mars, you don't got no orange, no like powder blue. Brighten it up a little bit.
I don't offer much variety. This is what I got. Take it or leave it.
Hey, Mars,
that's what I'm saying, Mars.
That's a new hoodie. I haven't seen that one yet.
It's not new. I
you haven't worn it yet.
No, I wore it a couple months ago, maybe.
Can't remember seeing it because I'm getting like a December. I'm getting like a January, middle of January Wednesday at like 3:00 in the afternoon, cloudy Mars right now. Like what's going on, brother?
No shot.
Close enough. I mean, it's Tuesday in December, 4:00 in the afternoon. Like we're pretty much there.
Is it cloudy outside? Is the sun outside, Mars? What's going on?
I couldn't tell you the last time I looked outside, but I'd assume so.
This the shit I'm talking about with Mars.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get into these super chats. We are in the crunch time chat segment. Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about Cooper Flagg and the history that he made last night. Ladies and gentlemen, we will talk about Nikola Jokic escaping by the skin on his chicken. And we will also talk about all the other games that happened last night, and as well as deep diving back in. I really want to talk X's and O's. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I really want to talk X's and O's with the Spurs and Knicks game. It is the only game that is on tonight, and it is one of the more important games of the season. All the marbles are at stake, so we're going to deep dive back into that. But we got super chats, y'all. So let's see what the people got to say. The first super chat is from Reginald Deborah. Reginald Deborah said, Grand Rising, y'all, and special Grand Rising to you, Penny Kravitz. If the Knicks win tonight, they are going to the finals. See, that's what I'm talking about with the Lakers. After last year's finals, the NBA needs a big market meetup.
Wait a minute. Why would the NBA need a big market meetup? I don't get that part.
Just to rejuvenate the NBA. Chill.
I mean, the ratings have been going up for years now. I mean, this, if I'm not mistaken, this first month, it's the highest ratings that they've had in 15 years. That's a fact. So, like, why does the NBA need a big market? Just say that you want to see your Knicks win the NBA championship. Don't start with the market shit. Knock that off, okay? Let's cut the bullshit with the big market nonsense. You want to see the Knicks win it. Let's just say that. That's all. Just say that right there.
I'm here for it, though. I'm with Reginald Deborah. I would love to see the New York Knicks, Los Angeles Lakers championship.
Why?
It was our first time since 72, 73.
Yep.
So I can watch Luka and Jalen Brunson dribble the air out of the basketball.
Yeah, so yeah, you was there. You was present. Yeah.
That's why I remember it.
Showtime just roaming the earth the last time the Knicks and Lakers played in the finals.
Chill, you would be excited for that? I know Penn is the only one up here that act like that wouldn't be fire. But Chill, would you be excited for that?
No,
really?
The reason why I wouldn't be is because I know New York. If the Knicks won the NBA championship, they will burn New York City to the ground. I promise you.
Bird's eye view.
They will burn New York City to the ground. I'm not prepared for that. My brother already told me. My brother told me, Ron, if the Knicks win the NBA championship, get bail money. He told me that. Those are his exact words.
Chill. I'm gonna be standing in Brooklyn watching Manhattan burn.
They're gonna light the city on fire, literally.
That's gonna be a crazy party. I'm telling you, if the Knicks win, y'all, we gotta pull up.
Hey, Vale, get your couch ready.
My brother told me his exact words.
I'm drinking sleep on the floor. I need that couch though.
I'm a floor dweller, Vale. Just have a pillow. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have my hoodie on. Don't worry about it. I'll be straight.
I wasn't roaming the earth yet, Mars. I wasn't old enough to roam the earth yet at that point. I
was
just
crawling the earth. Was crawling the earth. Yeah.
The little bit of space that was around. So.
All right, the next
Town, you always got some slick shit to say about me, man. Your clothes don't even fit. How about that? Get some clothes that fit you. You always talk about you in the gym. You know what you in the gym doing? Watching. That's what you in the gym doing with your skinny ass. You always talk about lifting weights. You ain't lifting nothing. Shut the hell up, old bony ass. Get some clothes that fit. Good gut. He one of them dudes, Ox, a good gust of wind, come blow his ass right over. He'll fall right over.
I don't know who you're addressing, Chill.
Yeah, Ron, it sounds like you're getting some strays right here. That's what I'm hearing. It's the first time ever he's sending strays and they're not coming for me. So, hey, shout out to you.
I didn't even hear who he said, so I'm believing it. That's
Eat
crazy.
a sandwich, Ron. Skinny ass boy.
And put some mayonnaise on it too, Ron. Yeah.
Extra mayonnaise.
All right, we got a super chat from Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed said Jaylen Brown and Derek White performed well last night, but that boy Cade put on a show with 32 points and 10 assists. If Jokic and SGA wasn't in the way, Cade would be leading the MVP race.
Damn, if the players we all knew were going to be in the way weren't in the way. Damn.
Now imagine that, Mars.
So close to him being the MVP, man. Damn. If only the players we knew were actually going to be the MVPs didn't exist. So close.
I feel like this is still you talking about Cade like 4 months later.
Yeah, I was talking about Cade. Yeah, what I was over since the super chat was about Cade. Yeah, absolutely. I was talking about Cade.
Yo, but like, I gotta ask. Y'all know I gotta ask. Realistically, based on what you've been seeing and how the Pistons are winning and how Cade's been playing, how far really is he from the MVP?
How far is he
4
away from
spots.
SJ and Jokic?
Yeah.
It's a
There's
big gap.
no way it's off the screen, chill. It's no way it's
Do you know
that.
how big a gap there is between those guys as players?
It's not close.
No,
gargantuan.
I'm not
It's
asking
not-
about players. I'm asking
it's
about
not
the
close,
MVP.
Ron.
As
It's
we
not
know,
close,
you don't
bro.
have to be better than
If it
somebody
end-
to win MVP.
If it ended today, it's not close.
No,
It's huge
not
gap.
Cade won't receive one vote.
First place first vote.
Yeah, Cade won't receive one vote.
What would
Unless
be his
Jeff
highest
Teague is
vote?
voting. Shout out to him. I seen Jeff Teague say Cade should be the MVP. So if Jeff Teague gets a vote between now and May, then he might get one.
See, but this the thing. Like, y'all worried about the wrong stuff. Like, damn that MVP. I know this. Shout out and respect to the super chat. Appreciate you sending that through. Y'all worried about the wrong shit though. Like, who cares about that damn MVP? You're not getting it, Cade. It doesn't matter what you do. You can't do anything this season. They will not give it to you. You're not getting it. Let it go. Go get Lloyd Marketing so that you can compete for a championship. Okay.
I mean, Larry
Damn
Martin
that-
just beat
damn
the conference finals Mavs team. So
I'm saying, damn that MVP. Go chase a championship. I want to know if Cade knows you are so much closer to a championship than you are to an MVP.
But big guy,
Talk to your
That's
people.
That is
Talk
true.
to your people in that front office. Let them know we need to go get Lloyd Marketing.
but
Go
big
get
guy,
Lloyd Marketing so that y'all could go get a championship. Damn that MVP. That MVP ain't gonna do nothing for you. Go get a championship.
but big ox. All I'm saying, chill. All I'm saying is the Oklahoma City Thunder are 24-2. Would you believe me if I told you the Pistons are only 3 games behind them at 21-5?
I would believe you. Mm-hmm.
They're on pace to win 66 games. 67 after last night, I believe. So you mean to tell me it's not a world where Cade doesn't receive a first place vote or can't win MVP if this team, who won 14 games 2 seasons ago,
He might get
now
one. He might get one or two
win
votes, Ron.
67
I can see that.
games?
If they win 67 games and he's averaging 27, 9, and 6,
Come on, y'all.
dude,
He could get a vote. I could see
Not
him getting a
one
vote, but it doesn't matter
one
though, Ron.
person is going to say, yeah, he's the MVP.
I
okay.
think so, Mars, because it's
Cool.
about most valuable. And if you look at how if they have a season like that, they win 65 plus. I could see somebody voting for Cade, just like, oh man, he really carried that franchise on his back to the first. You know, I could see him getting the vote. He's not going to win MVP, no, but I could see him getting the vote. That's what I'm saying. Damn that MVP. Go get Lloyd Marketing. You don't need it.
Yo.
You don't need an MVP. You need a championship.
We living in a world where Steve Nash beat Kobe Bryant for MVP. You telling me Cade can't beat Jokic for MVP?
He also beat him in the
Those are
playoffs 2
different
years in a
times,
row
and
too.
You know
Yeah.
why. You know why.
Yeah.
People, there was a lot of people that were not going to vote for Kobe, and you know why. So let's just.
Yeah, Kobe came 4th, so I mean, take her with
He
Dirk
did.
and Bron as well. Not just Steve
Yep.
Nash, but you know. Shout out to Steve
Kobe had no chance to win that.
Okay, and I mean let's not ignore the big elephant in the room. There is a health element to this as well. There is a games played requirement. So if Jokic misses 10 games or if Shea misses 12, 13 games, will that swing it? And the teams win
Fairly
without
certain
him?
Cade has missed more games than both of them. Fairly certain Shea and Jokic are probably the 2 most durable superstars in the league. But yeah. If they miss the games threshold and Cade doesn't, despite the fact that Cade is a bigger injury risk than those two, then Cade might get some MVP votes. Yes.
Would
Cade
it be
has played
would it be considered
Cade
a
has played
huge
23 games this year.
right?
23. Joker has played 2 more games than him.
Out of how
Yeah,
many
so yeah,
has he
Penn,
been eligible for?
if something tragic happens, and these
Denver
guys
have
just
played 25
miss other
games. If
And
Jokic
Shea
has
has
played
played-
25 games,
Shea has
that
played
means
2
he's
more
played every
games than
game.
him.
I think coming into
Yeah,
this
because
season,
and Shea's missed 1 game, Cade's missed 3, Jokic has missed none.
right?
Right.
So games played still
games
doesn't
played isn't
favor
a factor
Cade.
right now. Games
Yeah,
played isn't a factor.
if it was a factor, it would still favor the other guys. Not to mention in the 3 games that Cade didn't play, I'm pretty sure they won all of them.
I think in a league this talented, it has to count for something to be top 5 in MVP voting. It has to count for something. Like with this many stars playing as well as they are, with this many 30-point per game type of historic seasons, I mean, you could say what SGA is doing is historic on one end and what Jokic is doing is historic on the other end. Let's just be real. There's plenty of MVPs where no one was doing anything historic. Okay, plenty over the last 35 years.
Count for something where?
It has to count for something in terms of how we view the season, how we view him, how we view this team, the Pistons, how we view like his arc, you know, and the accomplishment. I mean, chill, you're a big accolades guy from what I can gather.
I do care about that stuff. Yes.
So how would him finishing fourth, or let's just say the Pistons are decidedly like the number 1 seed in the East, which they have been all year, and the Lakers fall off a little bit, and Luka misses a bunch of games. Let's say he does finish 3. Let's say the MVP votes come back and he is third, even if it is a distant third behind Jokic and Shea. Doesn't that mean something?
It absolutely does.
Not if people have to lose games for him to get there. It doesn't.
I mean,
matter.
he's going to be first team All NBA. Can we talk about that? Like, that's going to mean something. You know, if the Pistons are
we sure about
65, 67 win team, he is going to be first team All NBA. You could bet money on that.
Donovan Mitchell made it last year, so yeah.
I could see that, Pim. But what I'm saying,
but he also didn't make it being the number 1 seed in the West too, though, Mars. Don't leave that part out.
Yeah,
they were first place in the West.
That's back when it was a positional, and those guys were better than him. But now it's not positional. When
does Cade have a better MVP case than Luka at this point?
No.
I mean, I'm not debating if he's a better player. I know he's not a better player. I know that 100%. I know he's not a better player.
Well, hold on. See, but wait,
Ron, don't be crazy.
Then we have to go to how many games has Luka?
I never said that. I'm talking about the MVP case.
I would say Luka's MVP case is probably hurt by the fact that he's missed games. Like he's already missed 6.
Okay.
So
and that's what I'm saying a second ago, Pin, is that if you have to get into that top 4, top 5 MVP voting because guys missed games, I think it means less.
It's a credit to your availability.
Think about it differently, Ox. It means you played more.
Right. I mean, I understand.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like you make it by default. Like if Cade is third in MVP, but it's because Giannis missed the game threshold and Wemby missed the game threshold and Luka missed the game threshold. It's not the same as if all of those guys played 75 games and Cade still came third. Like it's
Mars, if you missed
it's like being an all. It's like going to the All-Star game because you were a replacement. Like you were an All-Star, but where are you?
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly a controversial thing to say that it's more impressive when you beat out everyone who's eligible, as opposed to beating out people because they weren't eligible to
that is fair. That is logical, Mars. That is fair. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to discredit a guy for holding up and you didn't. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. I held up.
No one's asking you to discredit Cade. We're just saying we can acknowledge that if I run a 100-meter sprint, because there's how many lanes are there in the track? 8, right? 8 lanes.
8. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
If I run a 100-meter sprint and all 8 people run and I come thirds, that's more impressive than if 3 of those people got disqualified. So then we're running against 5. And the 3 who got disqualified were actually faster than me.
No, I don't believe
now
that.
I come third. Like, it's not like,
it's not my fault you got disqualified.
No one's saying
it's not your fault.
I know. I do get that. I do.
No one's saying, oh, you know what, Cage, you're actually not that good. No one's saying that. We're saying that when the pool is larger, when the pool of people to beat out is larger, it's more impressive when you beat them. Like, that's
it is. And that's not, but that's I think the divide, Mars, is where when I play at that level as an MVP. Okay, if Cade ends up, to your point, Ox, if everybody's available and he finishes third in league MVP votes, I think that's a big deal off the strength that he did play at that level. Just because I didn't win it, I still played at an MVP level. I still was in the conversation. Mars doesn't appreciate being in the conversation with other guys, even if that guy is ahead of you.
People who aren't in the conversation being put in the conversation. That's what I don't appreciate.
And Cade is one of those guys who should be.
But he's not in the conversation with Shea and Jokic.
No, he's not in the conversation with them. No, I think
which is the MVP conversation right now. It's those two.
Once again,
what are we doing right now? We're having a conversation.
We had a conversation about trading Wemby like a week ago. It's the panel. Like we're not about to no disrespect. Yeah, you know what? If it's disrespect, we're not about to just validate every conversation that happens up here.
No, we're not.
To be like, well, you know what? We're having a conversation, so it's a conversation. Like we're not about to do that.
What a goofy ass convo.
Mars, what I'm not doing is I'm not invalidating Cade Cunningham being in the conversation because he dragged his team. Not dragged isn't the word I'm looking for. Because he took his team from where they were to where they are now. To look at both SGA and and Joker, I'm not going to argue that point. I think they're superior players. I don't think that they're better. I think they are superior to him. However, when you're talking about the MVP case and what matters in the MVP case, winning, how much I'm affecting winning, how available I am in the conversation for what I'm doing for my team, and in addition for what I'm doing for my team, the production that I'm bringing. That
Shea
stuff
checks
matters
all
to me.
those boxes vastly more than Cade.
Who does?
Shea checks every single one of those boxes vastly more than Cade. He wins more. He plays more. He's more impactful to a degree that's not even comparable. Therefore, we're just throwing Cade's name in a conversation for no reason, because Cade's case would still be like, oh, shout out to Cade. Oh, this guy has a better case in all three categories. So once again, Cade would not be in the conversation.
Just because you are
clearly
whoa. Just because you have a better case does not mean that I am not in the conversation. Does not mean that I shouldn't be mentioned.
I'm better than you at every single aspect. Clearly, why are we having a conversation about
Mars?
You are a better player than me, and you are affecting the game more than I am. But let's not make it look like what I'm doing is just invalid. My team is number one in the Eastern Conference. Yes, you are, Mars, because what you're doing is
Cade to the people he should be compared to. No one would be saying that. But you're trying to throw him into a conversation he's not in, and then you're saying I'm invalidating him when I would say you're doing a disservice to him by comparing him to a standard he's not at.
Yes, he is.
He's not at Shea's standard. He's not at Shea's winning standard.
No,
he's not at Shea's impact standard.
No.
He's not at Shea's availability standard. So why are we comparing him to Shea?
He only missed 2 games. That's it.
Compare him to Jalen Brunson. Compare him to Luka Doncic if you want. Compare him to Wemby with his availability. Compare him to those guys. Don't compare him to the guy who hasn't beat in every category that you just put out.
But you would tell us he's not at Luka's standard either.
But I could say based on, but he at least beats Luka in availability and in winning. Right. So he at least has the argument to say if the standard is winning, availability, and impact, cool. Luka's probably the more impactful player, cool. But at least I'm more available than him. At least I'm winning more than him. At least I have an argument. If the argument is Shea and Cade, I'm not winning more than him. I'm not more impactful than him, and I'm not available more than him. Why am I having a conversation between those two when Shea wins every single one going away? What is the point? Other than wasting everyone's time to say we had a conversation.
Could we argue the optics of floor raising an offense?
Yes, let's do that.
Like let's just be
Shea's
real about
floor
it.
Raising the offense too. In fact, the offense is better with Shea on the floor than the Pistons' offense is with Cade on the floor, and I'm pretty sure OKC's offense is worse with Shea off the floor than the Pistons are with Cade off the floor. So even that argument, Shea would still win.
Wait, but even
every argument you want to slice, Shea is going to win. Every single one.
No, because what you're doing is what you're doing is you're taking Shea and you're putting Shea in as a superior player. Take Shea off that.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Don't lie about what I said.
My point is if you take Shea off that Oklahoma City unit, how valid are they still if you take him off that unit, as opposed to if you take Cade off of that Detroit unit, how much valid are they? If you take Cade off that unit, now you're looking at a team. They don't have their primary ball handler. They don't have their primary distributor. They don't have their primary playmaker. And how are they going to adjust to that? How do they make up for that? Now, this Oklahoma City Thunder. Once again, this Oklahoma City Thunder team, a lot of their offense is predicated on defense. Don't get me wrong. They go to SGA in the meat and potatoes of the game. They go to SGA throughout the course of the game. But when you look at how important Shea is to their offense, and I look at how important SGA is to their offense, as their primary ball handler, as their primary distributor, as their get downhill guy, as their primary playmaker. When I think about what Oklahoma City has in conjunction to what Detroit has, 100% if you take Cade off of that crew, they falter way more than what Oklahoma City does, which would explain why he's in the conversation.
They're 3-0 without him this season. But that's cool because small samples, regardless, they don't play a lot of games. Shea's 1-0 without OKC's 1-0 without Shea. Okay, so these are the 4 arguments I've heard thus far. We've heard availability, SGA 1-0. I've heard winning, SGA 2-0. I've heard impact. I'm going to come back to that one because for some reason it's a question. And now I've heard what would the team look like without the other. So we can also acknowledge that Detroit are 3-0 without Cade. I've already told you that the Pistons offense, because we spoke about floor raising the offense, that was Penn's point. The Pistons offense is worse with Cade on the floor than OKC's is with Shea on the floor. The Pistons offense is better than OKC's offense without Cade than OKC's is without Shea. So even the offensive floor raising point, every number would tell you that actually OKC need Shea more for their offense and the Pistons need Cade. So that one would also favor SGA. Then the impact one. If you want to argue that SGA is less impactful than Cade because OKC would be better than the Pistons without Cade and without SGA, then I would have to tell you that Cade's not the best floor raiser in the NBA, and there's a bunch of other players who their team would be way worse without them. But if you want to make that argument, that would make it 4-1 SGA. And even then, I'm like, that's kind of questionable considering both of them do most of their heavy lifting on offense. And OKC's offense is clearly worse without Shea. So even then, I don't even agree with that statement.
I hope you can understand, like, my argument is not that Cade Cunningham is equivalently impactful as Jokic and Shea. What I'm arguing is you can get to that point if you want to build the narrative for it. If you want to build the narrative, and we all agree, the MVP is a narrative award. Well, no, look, man, no. You're using numbers and you're using, you're using like on-off data to prove your point. But that's not how a lot of voters feel about Cade. I'm sorry, no. That's not how a lot of voters feel about Cade.
Then why are the voters going to vote for Shea?
I think you have to look. No. Hang on. You got to look at the name recognition of the other guys.
That's why.
Yo, man.
So why are we having the conversation?
Listen, there is a group of people out there. Mars, try to have this conversation from a legitimately like honest perspective.
Intellectually curious.
Intellectual
curious perspective.
Yes, sir.
There is a group of people in this world who legitimately believe that if you take Cade off this team, they're the 11th seed. Legitimately. And those same people may believe that if you took Shea off that team, they'd still be a 50-win team. Because you have to look at how do people feel about your teammates? How does the world feel about Jalen Duren? How does the world feel about Asar Thompson, Beef Stew, Jaden Ivey, all these dudes? I don't think Cade's got some like mega star on his team. Like I definitely think Jalen Duren is a legit all-star, but I don't feel like he got that like J-Dub, Chet, like that super high lottery pick that people were expecting a lot from, like in Chet. Like I don't think he got that on his team. He doesn't have like the best defense in world history, whatever, anchoring him up. So I feel like how people feel about his individual contribution to lifting that team up, I think they think of it as like more of a singular effort. And I think it could be a little bit like the Steve Nash MVP, where people just be like, that dude right there, if I take him off, that's like 15, 20 wins. That's got to count for something. That's what I'm saying.
I personally do think that Cade's impact on his team is bigger than Shea's. That's no knock to Shea's. I just think that Cade does. Whether you say it's floor lifting, ceiling lifting, whatever it is, I just think his impact on his teammates and on them winning is more.
I mean, that's a big deal. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Keep
for
going.
sure. That's 100% a huge deal. But I want to bring it back though, because Pin, your initial point wasn't whether Cade has an opportunity to win MVP. It was you just talking about Cade being in the MVP race. How significant is that for Cade? And Pin, I'm with you.
Huge.
I don't care if he finishes 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Do you guys understand that this is probably the craziest MVP race that we've seen since probably 1962 with the top 4 guys? And it's now been rearranged because Giannis probably isn't going to play all 65 games. But with Giannis doing what he's doing, with Luka doing what he's doing, with Jokic having a historic season, seeking out his 4th MVP, and with Shea doing what he's doing, and then winning at a historic rate, doing what he's doing, like to crack that top 4 is crazy. Oh, and then you got a guy like Wemby running around too. For if Cade finishes top 3, you guys understand how crazy that is. Like if I was to pluck his individual season with what the Pistons are doing and drop him in a bunch of other seasons, he would have action at winning the MVP. That Derrick Rose MVP, Cade would come in that year and win that by a mile.
He ain't beating James out. No, he not.
So why did Derrick Rose beat
James out?
So why did Derrick Rose beat James?
Because they won more. That's why.
That's the point I'm making.
To win 66 wins.
They are.
So they would win more than the Bulls won, which mean Cade would win MVP.
His numbers are better than Derrick Rose. They're winning more than Derrick Rose.
And you guys just told me about what happened with Kobe Bryant.
So it's not like
you guys also just told me what happened with Kobe Bryant and the reason why he didn't win. Ox, you just told me why he didn't win. Is it not fair that was the same thing going on with James? Why he got
so that would still benefit Cade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Cade. I'm not saying Cade. Yeah, I'm not saying he's better than Bron.
So Cade would still win.
Yeah.
I think that I think that what we're talking about here is with Cade, it does, whoever wins the league MVP, I think that it does validate them more considering what the race is this year. But Mars, I wanted to ask you, I mean, what do you value more? Do you value floor raising more? Or do you value ceiling raising more? And before you answer that, when I think about a guy in SGA who can take a 50-win team to a 70-win team, as opposed to Cade, who could take, I don't know, let's say a 28-win team to a 50-win team, what would you value more?
I think Shea can do both. I just want to put that out there. But I don't know, ceiling raising, I guess. I think it's more valuable to make a good team great than it is to make a bad team solid, personally. But I don't think that's what Cade's doing. I think Cade's making a decent team really good, and I think Shea's making a great team all-time great.
Even better.
So, like, yeah, it's like there's different bars to it. But, like, even in this conversation, I've heard people say, oh, OKC would win 50 games without Shea. If they're on pace to win 75, that means Shea's making a 50-win team a 75-win team. Like, is that not more impressive than Cade making a 40-win team, a 60-win team? Like, for you guys, is that not just more impressive?
But
he's adding 25 wins to a team that's already won 50.
But we just said Detroit's on pace for 67.
Okay, so if Cade's making what? How many wins?
So 27, 25. 27
okay, so
is greater than 25.
Is 40 to 67 more impressive than 50 to 75, in you guys' opinion? Like, I'm not saying there's a wrong answer. I'm genuinely curious.
They're both.
Do you genuinely think the Thunder's gonna win?
Not to mention that Shea did a lot of this without
his
second best player and whatnot.
If the Thunder win 75 games, something wrong with the NBA.
No, it's not.
Might be wrong with the NBA, Jordan.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's more so like shout out to OKC, but like it's just I don't know what's more valuable. I just feel like Shea does both, and I feel like Cade would also make a good team great. Like I think they both do both, and I think they're both in different positions because Shea's obviously on a better team than Detroit. But when I'm looking at impact, I think it's undeniable that shout to Ron. I think it's undeniable that Shea's the more impactful player. Like I think anyone can watch them and be like, oh yeah, Shea's more impactful. And then I also think it's undeniable that he's winning more. And I think it's undeniable that he's playing more. And I think it's undeniable that his team offense falls off a cliff without him. I think all of those things are undeniable. Therefore, he clears Cade's MVP case. Not to knock Cade. Cade is great. Cade is playing at a top 5, top 6, top 7, whatever level. That's amazing. I have no issue with Cade being amazing. I have an issue with whatever reason we decide to try and make everything a conversation when some things the answer is obvious. It's like when we try to have who's the best shooter of all time? Shout out to Ox. Who's the best shooter of all time? It's like, yeah, the answer is Steph Curry. We don't need to just bring up every great shooter that's ever existed to make things a conversation. Sometimes the answer is simple. Right now, the MVP is Shea or Jokic. We know that, but we don't feel like having every conversation be simplistic. So we have to start adding other things to be like, oh, well, what about this guy?
Well, the reason why is because there are guys.
I don't think the reality conversation belongs in that box, Mars. I think that's a valid conversation.
There you go. But like sometimes the answer is what the answer is. We don't need to make everything a debate about something that isn't reality. Like we know what it is. We know come the end of the season, just like last year, we know the MVP race was between just Shea and just Jokic. Shout out to Giannis, who averaged 30, 12, and 7. No one was like, but Giannis MVP. No one was doing that, even though Giannis was amazing. And Giannis is better than Cade was. Giannis last year was better than Cade is this year. But we knew Giannis weren't no MVP. But you know why? Because we knew the conversation was between two people. Back when it was Joel Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis, we knew it was between those three. We weren't just entertaining Devin Booker winning 64 games on the Suns. You know why? Because we knew it was between Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid. There's no knock to Devin Booker there. He was amazing. But we know the answer to the conversation. We don't need to spend 25 minutes arguing why it could be this guy. When it comes down to it, I'll ask all of you guys, if the MVP vote was today, who would you pick?
Shea.
SGA.
Ron?
Wemby.
Cool. Shout out to Ron. But that's my point. We all know the answer. And if the MVP ended today, who would be your second place?
Scotty Barnes.
Jokic.
Shout out to Penn. Ron?
Luka.
You can answer if you want. Okay. Thanks for being difficult. But point is, you guys know the answer is Shea, Jokic, Shea, whatever. If Swiper was here, he'd probably say Jokic is his MVP, whatever. Like, we know what the answer is, but we felt the need to like make the argument for the outsider because it feels good to root for the underdog. But at the end of the day, like, this isn't like reality is reality. The MVP race is between those two, and there's nothing wrong with that. Cade can be in his race for the All NBA first team, and that's a great race to be in. Cade can be in the race for maybe he's the third best point guard in the league. Maybe it's Luka, Shea, Shea, Luka, whatever, and maybe Cade is better than Steph Curry now. Who knows? That's a real conversation to have. Maybe Cade is better than Jalen Brunson. That's a real conversation to have. Let's have Cade in the conversations that he's in, as opposed to trying to teleport him into a conversation we all know he's not in. And then we end up having to, and I'm speaking for myself now, we end up having to quote unquote diminish Cade because he's being compared to people he shouldn't be compared to.
Let me ask you a question I think you'll be okay with answering this question. Do you believe that there is a legitimate conversation between Cade Cunningham, the season that he's having right now, and Derrick Rose when he won the MVP? Do you believe that is a legitimate conversation?
Yeah, sure.
Because Cade's scoring more. He's scoring more on a per possession basis.
You didn't need to explain. Sure. Okay. Sure.
So I think that's legit. I think there is something legit happening here. And look, I understand what you're saying. Listen, Mars. We had a conversation about Wemby potentially stealing the MVP earlier this year when he got off to that super hot start and the Spurs were 5-0. We're like, here comes the MVP season for Wemby. He might win DPOY and MVP. Then Wemby get injured. We don't have those conversations anymore. Sometimes these conversations are a doorway to have other conversations. The reason I sometimes bring up intellectual curiosity is not because I'm a douchebag who likes to hear the sound of my own voice. It's because sometimes these conversations incidentally lead into bigger conversations and side conversations, and through the friction of conversation. But the way you want to talk about it, when we talk about MVP, it's like Shea, Jokic. That's it. Like, let's not shut the door on Wemby, Cade, Jalen Brunson.
Please,
and have
let's
this conversation.
Please,
and Anthony,
like having a DPOI convo when Wemby's available.
Let's not shut the door.
Shut the door. If the door has no reason to be open, close it.
No. Hang on.
So I need some fresh air in this mother.
There's no reason for the door to be open when Shea and Jokic have entered the building. Close the door.
Even if they are where they are right now, even if they're doing what they're doing right now, which is astronomical, I'm not going to argue that point.
Of conversation.
You guys just like to argue. That's all it is. You guys just like to argue.
No, Mars.
That's all it is.
No, Mars. The point of conversation is not to win the conversation. That's not the point of conversation.
That's not it at all.
Okay. There have been, Mars, there is a 3,000-year debate going on in philosophy about whether God exists. Okay. There's like a 3,000, 5,000-year debate about what is good and what is bad. Why do people even talk about what is good and bad when someone like
morals
you could just come along and just be like, morals are subjective? And
they are subjective. That's a real conversation.
So there's no point in having a conversation about what's good and bad. But the truth is, we have come up with laws based on our conversations for centuries about what is good and bad. My point is, the point of conversation is not to win a conversation. I know that your point of conversation is often to win a conversation, but I don't think that's the reason people have conversations.
No, that's
you get my point? No. Like you think there's a winner and loser in a conversation.
No. I think conversations should happen for a reason. And I think trying to insert something into a conversation when, like I said, we all know Cade is not going to be close to the MVP unless something catastrophic happens in regards to injury to Shea and or Jokic.
But
I feel like we are wasting my time, our time,
do that though, Mars. That's what a
debating Cade for MVP when none of us are going to pick Cade for MVP.
It's not about debating him. It's not about stop, Ron, because it's not about debating Cade for MVP, Mars. It's about him entering the conversation and acknowledging him playing at an MVP level. What you want to do when you do that. Not what you want to do. What it insinuates to me is that you're dismissing everything that he's doing because this is only a two-man race.
In regards to the MVP award, yes, I'm dismissing
which it is. It's only a two-man race right now. I'm not going to argue that point, but I can acknowledge. I'm not going to argue that point, but I can acknowledge that Cade Cunningham is playing at an MVP level right now. Cade Cunningham is elevating his team as an MVP does in the NBA. Cade Cunningham has been one of those players this season. I can acknowledge that. Just like I can acknowledge that Shea is doing it. Even though Shea doing it better, even though Joker is doing it better, even though guys in the past have done it better. I can still acknowledge that. And what you're doing is dismissing him of that. That's what you're doing.
Yo, and I do want to expand on what Penn's saying. It's not always, when we're having an MVP conversation, it's not always about who's the top candidates or who's going to win.
Yep.
It could merely be about, okay, if Cade's at 4, Wemby's at 5, and let's say Jalen Brunson's at 6, how do these players now fare against each other? It's not always about the top 1, 2, or 3 players. That's cool. But it's deeper conversations that can be had. I'm trying to really figure out, where does Cade stack against everybody? Where does his impact stack against everybody? Who is he more impactful than this year? Who's he not? What group and grade is he in? And Mars, we talked about that a little bit. So you said keep him in his tier. We trying to really figure out what's his tier. Is it in Luka's tier, or has he not entered that class yet? Is he now with Jalen Brunson and the Donovan Mitchell? But is he now starting to jump out of that tier, and is he knocking on the door of that next tier? And what does he have to do? So like that, it is deeper conversations. And some of y'all might not enjoy it. I enjoy talking about who, and I think it's a valid conversation. Who's third? Who's fourth? Who's even fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth?
Ron, who are you preaching to? You're preaching to a guy who did an entire GOAT list. This guy right here, GOAT list, every single position.
That doesn't mean the guy who came 7th is in the GOAT conversation.
Okay. For me, personally, I think there's probably half of basketball fans feel like having a GOAT debate is pointless because they already know who the GOAT is. The other half want to have the conversation. No, Michael. But yes, your GOAT is Kareem. I think we all got a different GOAT up here. I mean, Mars, you got Bill Russell. Me and Jordan got Jordan.
So I had Bill, Chill had Bron, Ox and Ron had Kareem, Penn had Jordan, and Jordan had Jordan. So I would say everyone who's not there, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know what? Steph's in the GOAT conversation when no one had him close to being the GOAT, even though he came onto the combined top 10.
But do you know how many people don't even have Bill Russell top 10?
Yeah, cool. But at least some people have him number 1. That's the point. Some people have Bill Russell number 1. So at least there's people who actually believe he is the GOAT. Some people have Shea as the MVP. Some people have Jokic as the MVP. None of us have Cade as the MVP.
Yo, I want to hear from Drench because Drench popped in about halfway through this conversation.
I didn't even see Drench. Drenchy, what up, brother? I didn't even see Drench coming through the door.
You didn't see me.
Yeah,
Drench kind of just snuck in practice. I ain't even see him getting the
What
drill.
window you popping here from?
I didn't see you. What up, Drenchy?
What window you popping here from? You came from the little joint in the floor. You popped up from the ground. How you getting here?
Man, I don't know how I got here.
Either way it goes, though. How do you feel about Cade Cunningham's MVP ranking or conversation, or what do you think that's something that we should talk about? I know you guys is from the same area. I know he from Dallas, you from Dallas, so
I'm not from Dallas. That's crazy. But anyways, I mean, it's fine. I think it goes to you can point out recognition that Cade is playing at an MVP level. Like he definitely is. Now, to Mars's point, he definitely not gonna win MVP. Like unless obviously something tragic happened between Shea, Jokic. Shit, I don't even think they would have him third. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna come up and they would just pass him up. Like I think.
Is that a Detroit thing?
MVP, huh?
Do you think that's a Detroit thing? Like, let's just say for the sake of argument, something did happen where Joker didn't play enough games or SGA ended up falling off. Do you think that if he was playing in New York, he'd have more of a case than being in
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The market matters. The market, of course, matters. But I mean, at the end of the day, like he's playing fantastic. I still don't think people view the Detroit Pistons as a title contender. Like, I don't think they viewed them as that. I think they viewed them as a good basketball team, but I think most people know that Detroit is probably going to lose in first, second round. Like, even though they're really good, they got the potential to lose in the first round, depending on who they play.
Unless they go get Lauri Markkanen.
Huh? I guarantee you this team is not
Ox with this Lauri Markkanen shit. I swear, Ox with this Lauri Markkanen shit.
But they got the potential to lose in the first or second round, to be honest. Like, they're not a scary team. Like, Detroit's not a scary team, like, in the playoffs. I wouldn't look at Detroit as the boogeyman. No,
they're plenty scary.
If Toronto and Detroit played against each other, I would pick the Raptors to win. If the Knicks played against Detroit, I would pick the Knicks to win. Like I just would. Like
got the Knicks.
Like
you think the Knicks want anything to do with Detroit again? Of the teams that they want to see in the playoffs, you think they want to see Detroit again?
I don't think they care. Like I don't think they care.
What makes the Pistons not scary? Because to me, they are, apart from the Knicks, the scariest.
They don't have a number 2. That's what makes them not scary. They don't have a legit number 2.
What's Jalen Duren to you?
Well, that's
not a number 2.
Well, I think the style of play is a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't want to see it ever again. But like
I like
Detroit legitimately doesn't have a number 2. Like, and that's
going to be
what
they do have
Achilles heel in the playoffs.
You know what they do have? They have dog.
Everybody gonna be a dog in the playoffs. Nobody cares.
The Knicks got dogs too, though.
Yo, different type of dogs. Some people Chihuahuas in the playoffs. Some people Bulldogs in the playoffs. Some people Pitbulls in the playoffs. Different. Some people.
Listen,
Jalen
Brunson is
if
a
the
dog in
Cavs
the
play
playoffs.
Detroit, the Cavs.
I got
win.
Detroit. If the Cavs play Detroit, I got Detroit. The only team that I
problem
would
is going to run into they
Yo,
don't have a number
honestly,
2.
bro,
It looks good
like,
in the regular season. It
straight
does
up,
not look good in the playoffs. I'm telling you.
I could see the
Run right
Magic.
into it.
I could here are the teams that I could see beating Detroit in a 7-game series in the playoffs. Orlando, New York. That's it. Those are the 2 teams. I don't think
Miami. I think Miami would beat them too. But then
hell
you gotta think,
no.
like you gotta think Kay Cunningham didn't play like Kay Cunningham played off and on in the playoffs last year. He played good sometimes.
Okay, well
sometimes he played trash.
That was his first time in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we
they
get
had
exposure. We move. We
they also
learn. We
had-
get better.
Okay, they also had Beasley out there too, who took a lot of pressure off of him too. They don't have him anymore.
They got Duncan Robinson now.
Duncan Robinson is not Malik Beasley.
I mean,
Duncan Robinson.
How
have
boy.
y'all not seen Duncan Robinson all this time, all his career, and you have not seen him fail you in the fucking playoffs? I know you've seen that.
I know I have seen him in the finals.
Fail you? Yes, he will fail you in the playoffs. I know you've seen that.
Duncan's cool. I'm not mad at
Yeah,
Duncan. I mean, the Pistons.
Duncan is a long ball shooter. That's who he is, Drake. Let's be honest. That's who he is.
I'm not mad at the Pistons. I'm not mad at the Pistons at all. I think they're a really good team. I think they might probably be like a 2nd-round exit. And chill. I know you was giving me some pushback.
I think they go max 2 rounds.
That's why I'm saying like K needs to go to the front office and demand that they go get Lauri Markkanen. Demand it.
Why is Lauri Markkanen the difference in what they're doing?
Because he makes them a number 2. Because he's a legit number 2.
He's that good.
How do we know that? We ain't seen him. We never seen him be a legit number 2 in the playoffs.
There's no way you're gonna put Cade in MVP conversation and then say Lauri number 1.
But hold up though, before we get into that, Ox, finish your point.
Well, that's my point.
No, chill. Ask you a question. Answer it.
I don't answer those type of questions, Ron, because I don't think that's. I think it's just basketball. It's basketball. Lauri is cold. He's not. We're not just gonna get to the playoffs and Lauri's all of a sudden not gonna be a good basketball player. That's.
Nobody said he's not going to be a good basketball player. But what has Lauri Markkanen shown you to suggest that he's shown me him
ball out multiple times for seasons?
When?
Finland.
This season, last season, season before that. Lauri been balling ever since I was introduced to Lauri when he was in Arizona. He's done nothing but cook. I don't know when
does he fit on this team?
Lauri play bad? How does he fit on this team?
Why does he fit on this unit in particular? What does he do?
Because they need to Drift's point. They need another scorer. They need another bucket getter. They need another bucket getter and a dude that can rebound as well. Like he rebounds and he's a bucket getter. That's what they need.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he's a good rebounder?
No, he's like a 7, 8 a game. He's 7 foot, 7, 8 a game rebound. He should be a double guy, but he's not.
Well, Lauri, I mean, what is Lauri? Lauri's what? A walking 24, a walking 24.
That part
and 7?
right there, I could get with though, Mars. Sure, I could get with that.
So he could probably average more rebounds if you emphasize rebounding. But it's in Utah's best interest to have him get out and run because he's their best transition player by a significant margin.
He might.
If you put that into it, all I'm saying is Lauri makes them a real contender. He makes them a real.
Does he make them more of a contender than Anthony Davis does?
Well, they got Jalen Duren. They don't need Anthony Davis. Yeah, he does. Yes,
Lowry can actually play the 4, unlike AD, who's lying to himself.
Yeah, he makes them better. He makes them better than Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis at the 4 is not a winning formula in 2025.
Because,
in my humble opinion,
what has changed from 2020 to 2025 at the 4 spot?
His ability to stretch the floor.
Anthony Davis's mobility is not the same as it was even 5 years ago. He doesn't move the same. He doesn't have the same agility. He doesn't have the same quickness advantage he used to have. That's why a lot of his scoring game has kind of declined in recent years. It's a lot more face-up stuff. The mid-range accuracy is not. Yeah, he's declining. He doesn't shoot as well as he used to. He's not as quick as he used to be. Most of his value now is going to come from play finishing. You maximize that at the 5, not the 4. Especially when you're putting interior bigs next to Anthony Davis. Like you're going to have Jalen Duren as an interior big. Isaiah Stewart is a guy who can shoot, but he's not commanding major attention out there. Also, Isaiah Stewart's more of a 4 than a 5 anyway. Like it's not going to work with Anthony Davis. Like Lauri Markkanen very easily fits that team more. Not to mention Lowry's a better offensive player than Anthony Davis.
I don't understand that question, Chill. Like I don't understand that question at all. Does he make him more of a championship contender than Anthony Davis? Absolutely. It's not even a thought. Absolutely, he does.
I'm just thinking about
And
style
they
of play.
got- they-
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, style of play and all of that. Like he definitely makes him a more of a contender than Anthony Davis does because they already got Jalen Duren. They don't even need Anthony Davis. Trading for Anthony Davis would be a bad move for Detroit. Lauri Markkanen, Michael Porter Jr. Both of them dudes are ahead of Anthony Davis as far as making Detroit.
Michael Porter Jr. to make this team a lot better too. By the way, like a whole lot better. Like he.
So who you taking out, Drent? Are you taking Toby out and putting MPJ in?
Whoever MPJ got to start
in that draft.
Yeah,
I do think MPJ would be great for him.
Yeah,
he's got my second choice to Larry Markkanen.
Yeah, I would probably.
Yeah, maybe first choice. He's getting paid more.
This is
Laurie.
probably.
I'll
probably take MPJ.
Nah, I would probably take.
MPJ's
I like MPJ a little bit better, but I'm a little bit biased. But I like MPJ a little bit better than Lauri Markkanen. I feel like he'll be more consistent as far as making tough shots because you're gonna need to make tough shots in the playoffs. Like, and I feel like MPJ's game is built to make. Like, have you seen his highlight tape this year? That shit is tough shots, and he shoots damn near 50. Like. But to his point, like he said, he don't never see you. Like he said, he don't even see the defense when he shoots. He's so tall and he jumps so high on his jump shot. So I like MPJ a lot more. He don't need to dribble too. You can run him off curls. You can run him off a lot of screens. You can easily swing it to him where he's in the corner. He can launch it like those grenade launches going to be prevalent in the playoff. You can easily swing it to him, and as long as he catch it, he open. So like I like MPJ a little bit more in this, but I also think MPJ having fun. He ain't going nowhere. He's staying in Brooklyn. That brother is not leaving. He like putting up them numbers.
But if they get a good trade deal for him, they'll probably trade him.
Yeah, maybe so. I would try to get Trae Young over there, but that's a different conversation. I would try to get Trae Young over there.
Trae Young in Detroit?
No, in Brooklyn.
No, in
okay.
Brooklyn.
I was about to say. I mean,
yeah, I would definitely try to get Trae Young over there.
Y'all, I also don't want to minimize the fact that Anthony Davis will be tremendous for this team.
Oh, absolutely. But
like they already have a top 3 defense in the NBA. You add AD to that, like they don't get worse. And
no, they don't. But their pace gets slower.
To Detroit.
But but regardless of how clunky you may think that Anthony Davis and Jalen Duren might be, Anthony Davis has never been bad next to another big in his career ever.
Right.
Ever. Like he doesn't do anything but make that team better. Offensively, he might not be as good of a fit as MPJ and Lauri Markkanen because these are floor spacers. These are guys that shoot the piss out the ball and they can play better off the ball than AD or than they play better off the ball.
Yeah.
But like, come on, y'all. Let's not act like AD and Kate Cunningham pick and roll, pick and pop ain't something ridiculous. Let's not act like on that block.
I feel like
is it something ridiculous?
I do agree with you on that one. I do like that combo. It just depends on how they're going to play. Like, it depends on their play style. Like, will they revert back to the things that Anthony Davis is good at? Like, will Anthony Davis post up? Will like how many ISOs he'll get at the top of the key? How many jump shots will AD shoot? How good will AD shoot from 3? He wasn't shooting very well from 3 this year in the small sample size games he's played. But, like, it just depends. And I will say, even if they did get AD, they still need another guard that can take pressure off of Cade. Cade turned the ball over a lot.
Jenkins.
Huh?
Dennis Jenkins.
I like Dennis. Shout out my boy Hart. My boy Hart trained Dennis, but at the same time, playoffs are different beasts. Like, you need another solidified guard. Remember they had Dennis Schroeder there too.
That's what Karis LeVert was meant to be, but he's been disappointed.
Yeah, and then remember they got rid of Dennis Schroeder. Like, Dennis Schroeder did a lot for them last year in the playoffs.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you have to have
It did work.
But it's not.
You have to have it.
That's not even the thing though, Ron. Like, yeah, Anthony Davis is gonna be good anywhere. It's Anthony Davis. Like, you can send Anthony Davis to any team in the world, and he's gonna be good. But the thing is, like, we're trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? So you take the better move. The better move for that team is Lauri Markkanen or Michael Porter Jr. Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
What does it cost?
Michael Porter Jr. is not better for that team than Anthony Davis. Y'all, like, will y'all stop it?
No, I won't
Come
stop.
on.
You're just higher on Anthony Davis than I am at this point. That's what
Hey, a nigga that shoots the ball every
I'm
time he
super-
touches it. Defense
I'm
is
super high- I'm
suspect.
super high-
Back
I'm
is
Every
super high
time,
suspect.
on
Ron.
Davis.
Like, come
Every
on.
time he
Like,
touches it.
I'm not.
Well,
no,
I mean,
he's not
he's
better
doing
for
that.
Then only give him the ball
He
when you want
doing
him to
that in
shoot.
Brooklyn. He doing that in Brooklyn, but it's different.
Man,
He
so
did that
do
in Denver.
he did that shit in Denver
Not
too.
really.
Ox,
not
you
really.
look at this Detroit
No, I'm not
MPJ
really,
roster.
I'm not
has
really
improved
tripping
as a
on Michael
passer.
Porter
He has
Jr. like that.
improved.
It's Lauri Marketing. Lauri Marketing is the move for them. Damn, Michael Porter Jr. Forget about him. Forget about everybody. It's Lauri Marketing or nothing.
Okay, let's just say it's Lauri Marketing, Ox. What's it going to cost us in Detroit to sway Danny Ainge to give us Lauri Marketing?
I mean, he cheaper than AD. You know, he's cheaper than AD.
Danny Ainge ain't getting off of Lauri Marketing without something special.
Oh,
I
no,
can tell you
that guy
that.
been he been.
Because I can tell you right now, like Jaden
I
Ivey.
can tell you that right now. Jaden Ivey leaving.
Jaden Ivey could go.
Does Jaden Ivey?
They don't need no more guards in Utah though, so I can't even say Jaden Ivey.
I'll take him at the 2-guard spot. I love him.
Beef Stoop, hey, Beef Stoop can go.
That's what I was about to ask you, Ox. So does Jaden
Ain't
Ivey?
no way he taking
Does
that.
Jaden Ivey, Toby, and Beef Stew get the deal done?
And some picks, man. Get up
Hell
outta here.
no. And
It's
3
gonna have to
4
be
picks, shit.
A boatload of picks.
Yeah, because
lot.
fuck, I look like Beef Stew headline in my trade. The fuck? You gonna get a standing ovation when he come in the game in Utah?
Well, no,
Like,
I
the
told
fans
I
gonna
told
be happy they
y'all
got
I told
Beef
y'all
Stew?
already.
Hell
Like
no.
I'm okay with I'm honestly okay if it's for Lauri, because they got my man, what's his name, Ron Holland, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Since they got Ron Holland over there, if it's for Lauri, not for nobody else, if it's for Lauri, all right, twin.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
I had
you
no
lost.
idea you
Alright,
was going
twin.
there.
Yo, yo,
What?
Hey,
hey,
hell
I'm
no.
Get on opposite side. They are
Yeah,
not
yeah,
holding
yeah,
up
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
a core concept for Lauri Marketing. Like,
What?
come on, y'all. They're
Like,
not.
Right,
They're not.
no, but chill.
They're not.
I'm gonna
You
come
doing
over
all
there
this
and help.
top? They
I'll
are
come
top
over there
3
and-
defense. Yeah, let's give up our best defender. Okay.
Yeah, no, but I'm okay, but that's fine though. Like that's just fine.
Lauri
They're
Marketing,
still,
by the
they're
Not
still gonna,
our best
they're still
defender.
gonna, they're still
Mars.
gonna be a, they're
The
still gonna
NBA's
be a
best
good.
Anyone's
That's
best
okay.
defender.
They're still
minus
gonna be a
Wemby.
good defense. They're still gonna be a good defense. So it's like you're still gonna be a good defense, but your basketball team gets much better. Like y'all be so damn sentimental. You could give something up to get better. Like, yeah, he's a
I
great
agree.
basketball
I'm
He's
just
a
not
really
trying
good
to give
basketball
up.
player.
I'm not trying to
But
give up who I think is the best wing defender in the
Okay,
NBA.
that's fine. That's fine. I feel you.
Lauri's
That's cool.
28, yo.
That's cool. I don't. So
getting
what?
paid a
28?
lot of
Oh,
money.
Could be
Pin-
30.
twen-
He's getting
We are
paid a
trying to win
lot
now.
of money.
Yeah, if I'm
I'm
trying
not-
to win
I'm not
now,
moving
Larry
off
gets
of-
Look, that's
38.
that's
Look,
fine.
man.
That's fine. Let me just finish saying what I was saying to you real quick. Asar and Tobias can go for Lauri Marketing.
Tobias can go.
I'll give up Ron Hollins. I'm not giving up.
Now, if they no Morris, obviously, if they want Ron Holland, if they'll take Ron Holland, we give him up. But
I'm
for
gonna be
Lauri
honest,
Marketing, like,
I'm
Asar
keeping
can go.
Cade, Duran, and Asar Thompson out of trade talks. If I'm being honest, everyone else, yeah, sure. Those 3, I'm not. Ron Hollins is really reluctant. Like, if I
I'm
have to
throwing
throw
a
Ron
fourth
Hollins in, I'll
name
throw
in
him
there. I'm throwing a 4th name in there. Beef Stew stays.
I agree with that. I would try.
Well,
keeping
beef stew and
But in terms
Asar
of
cannot go
untouchable-
together. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
One or
them
the other.
niggas can both get on the same flight. And you know what? I'll book y'all both private jets. Just you two and your families on there. I'll do y'all a solid. Get the fuck on out of here. We are bringing in a star, a
You
number
get
2
Lauri
out
Marketing,
Gordon
bro.
said,
Come
next to
on.
Kate
Y'all-
Cunningham.
That's fire.
What?
Ron
No,
is
if
fire.
I'm
not getting
negotiating
Chris
with
Paul, Lauri
Utah,
Marketing,
if I'm negotiating with Utah,
Anthony Davis.
I'm sending them a postcard and I'm doing a little Photoshop of Keontae George and Jaden Ivey being like backcourt of the future. That's your pitch. You could take Ron Holland, you can take Tobias Harris if that's what it takes. Other than that, honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This team is rolling. They're the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference for a reason. I don't think they played their best basketball. I'm willing to roll the dice. Kate is 24 years old. It's not like we're running out of time here. We might as well take another crack at this in the playoffs. See if we can maybe look, man. Lauri Markkanen ain't getting you through OKC. I got news for you. He ain't getting you through OKC. He ain't getting you through Denver.
OKC
can
need
get
to
you
worry
through
about.
the East.
OKC
He
need
gonna
to
have
worry
to play
about
those
Denver.
He might get through the East on Jalen Duren and Cade Cunningham alone. Why we gotta make a trade for Lauri Markkanen, who's 28 years old?
If you got Lauri Marketing over there with them dudes, man, they can for sure play with OKC.
Yo, if it takes
the Pacers
Lauri
barely
be
lost to
good.
OKC last year. OKC need to worry about Denver, San Antonio, Houston, and LA right now. That's what OKC
Let me
need to
put
do.
it this way: I am irrationally high on Asar Thompson. Like I'm not moving him.
At least
for
you know
like
you're being irrational about it.
Well, I've been
I don't
irrationally high on
think it's.
him.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
irrational
fuck
to
up
say
outta
I'm
here.
keeping my
Since
best
the
defender
draft.
on trade talk.
So I'm not trading him for Dyson. I would. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna say it.
Dyson.
There are
Say
a
it,
lot of
Penn.
surprise.
Say it, Penn. Say the thing. Say the thing,
Say
Penn.
it.
Say it.
I feel
Say
like
it.
if they call me Jalen Johnson for Asar Thompson, I'll have a conversation, but it ain't a conversation I'm gonna be real comfortable with.
Laurie's
Like-
better than Jalen Johnson.
I agree with that. But
So
no, Jalen.
I'm just saying,
I wouldn't
like,
trade for
like,
Jalen
y'all-
Johnson.
y'all
over
really
him.
Yes,
not-
chill. He is.
I don't know
Yes,
why you
Lauri
don't
Markkanen is
respect
absolutely
Bron.
better than Jalen Johnson.
The best
Yes.
perimeter defender in the
Ron, I'm not
freaking
sure.
NBA, yo. You know how many good perimeter defenders there are?
can't
There's
make a
Tyson
layup.
Daniels.
It can't. Well, he typically probably is gonna dunk.
Damn,
it.
And how
Can't
the
make
hell
a
is he
jumper.
scoring?
Can't make
Come on, man. Come
anything outside of a layup or a dunk. It's like a sore. Why are you out here? But
Well,
hey,
would you trade- so would you trade-
Jared
would you trade him in?
Vanderbilt does it.
Would
Get him
you
off the
trade him
floor.
in?
He's unplayable.
Would you
my
trade him in?
God.
I can't make a layup, but you know what? You ain't making a layup either. That's the fact.
Would you
If
trade him
I'm
in?
on
Thompson?
you, yo, you should have known. You should have
talking to
known
me?
Asar was like
Yeah,
that
would you trade
when,
him in,
as a
Thompson?
rookie.
It depends on who it's for. But
Lauri
yes,
Markkanen.
Amin's not off the table.
Lauri Markkanen. Would you trade him in?
A
Thompson?
man.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing:
asking about
Amin and Asor aren't the same. They're not.
Yeah.
And-
Offensively, they have the same weaknesses, no?
no, I'm
Very
no.
similar.
Hell no.
They don't have
Amin
the
is,
same weaknesses.
Amin is way.
I'm not. I never said.
Way
I never said
better.
they have the same strengths. I
Yeah,
said they
they-
have the same weaknesses.
Yes, but I can give. They have the same weaknesses, but I can give Amin the ball, and Amin can create. With Asor, it is nothing. Zero. He's literally Jared Vanderbilt on offense. Or
They actually
yes.
do. They have given
Yo,
him
Ron, if Amin and Asor were on Detroit together and we need to get Lauri Markkanen, both of you niggas could bounce.
All right, you bugging.
I want Lauri Markkanen.
Hell nah.
I want it to be
Men and
honest.
Asar
I
on
wanna
the same
see-
team. Shit.
I want to see Lauri Markkanen on Detroit now because I want to see this thing where because Ox told me about Maxey years ago. Maybe Ox is on to something. I don't know. He might be on to something with Lauri Markkanen in Detroit. I don't know.
I agree with that. I'm just not giving up Asar for it to happen, but I do agree.
I'm not doing that.
I'm going.
you're
I'm
gonna
going
get
for
me
Lauri
fired
Markkanen if I'm
trading Amin Thompson. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get me
I'm
fired
for
for that.
Not if you're
Lauri
getting Lauri Markkanen, chill. You're not going to get fired. You'll be all right.
All right, well, fellas, it's now a good time for us to transition to another very young player. He's only 18 years old. He was the number one pick in the draft. And as of right now, he's the only 18-year-old in NBA history to score 40 points in a game. We've
They
never
lost.
seen it done before. LeBron didn't do it. T-Mac ain't do it. Jordan didn't. Well, Jordan wasn't in the league. Dwight Howard didn't do it.
Yeah, so he
Kobe
ain't do
didn't do it. No, nobody else did it except for Cooper Flagg, and he did it last night. He had 42 points. Fellas, let's talk about it.
Listen, I'm not
He
hating.
might be
and
better than
I
Magic.
know this is
yo,
not
I ain't
the
gonna lie
place
to
to
you.
start
He
this
might be better than
conversation.
Magic.
But
Might
LeBron
be.
James at 18 did not have a chance to face the Utah Jazz of 2025. Unfortunately. Okay. He didn't get to play in a game where there was 190 points scored or some whatever the hell they scored last night. So a little bit of statflation going on there. I don't want to please God, do not let this become a LeBron versus Cooper Flagg who was better conversation, because it is not close. Okay.
Why is it not close?
Are you sure?
It's not
That
close.
was like 100.
Please
Wow.
stop.
That was took 90.
Shut.
You sure?
You know what? This is like Mars with the K MVP conversation. Some conversations legitimately do not need to be had. There is no conversation to be had. I promise you, whatever.
If anybody was to have that conversation, Penn, it'd probably be you, though.
Say what?
If anybody was to have that conversation, it probably would be you,
Why would it be me?
because you like to go on them type of tangents. Like you
What
like,
type
you
of
like,
tangents?
you know, you like to compare guys like Scotty Barnes to 99 Kobe and shit like that. That's the more ridiculous than doing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Cooper
I've seen that
LeBron.
on Twitter. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I've seen that.
So
I
that's
didn't
a little
compare
bit
Listen,
that.
more.
Scotty Barnes can be compared to Kobe, but Cooper Flagg can't be
So
compared to
this
LeBron.
is this is where context matters. The
See what Drake- see
conversation,
what
the
started Drake?
conversation,
See the bullshit you started,
the
Drake?
conversation,
I
the
know, I forgot I
conversation
saw that.
was
Yeah, I forgot.
building the championship roster with Scotty as your best player, and I said 99, and I should have said 98, 99 Kobe. I said 98, 99 Kobe would be the leading shot taker, the leading, he would be a great isolation scorer, probably the leading scorer on that team, but Scotty Barnes could still be the best player on that team. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's where you just like, that's what I'm saying.
How
Like,
dare we say Cooper Flagg might be
yeah,
better
but
than
like
LeBron
Cooper
as a
Flagg and
rookie?
LeBron James,
Disgusting.
like
Yeah,
Kobe and Scotty. Like, that's what I'm saying. You would be the person that
it's like that's like 21-year-old Kobe Bryant. Okay,
that 20-year-old Kobe.
Yeah. Like,
Well, y'all, let's bring it back to Coop.
Made all NBA for sure.
I was about to say, Ron.
Let's bring it back to Coop.
Is 2025 Scotty Barnes better than 99 Bryant?
98 Bryant. Yeah, he is.
99
Bryant. No, he's not.
He better than
year 3 Bryant.
Kobe.
2003 Bryant?
He better than all of them Kobe's.
Yo, I'm gonna bring it back to Coop. I'm not trying to turn this to a Kobe versus Scotty Barnes conversation. I want to talk about Cooper Flag being the youngest to score 40 points. You guys can see right here on the screen exactly who else did it. Cooper Flag had 42 last night, more than Bron ever had as 18 or 19-year-old, and he did it. Oh, well, Bron had 43, but he did it at 18 months or 18 years of age, 9 months.
Hey, what the fuck is 18.9? Like the boys count
because he's 90% of the way to 19.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, the 18.9. We got
he turns 19 like next week or something.
He turns.
You know what? They counted his 9 months. He was in his
5 days.
He
turns 19 in 5 days.
So when he did it right before.
When they say 18.9, it's like 18.96.
Yeah, he did it right before the cutoff. That's what you call clutch. I also seen his clutch numbers. His clutch numbers are really good.
It's damn near 19, yo. It's damn near 19, though.
Damn near indeed. Yep.
Yeah, I guess what I say, Carly's LeBron stats.
Respecting LeBron stats.
Yeah, this is LeBron stats.
LeBron getting packed up in his stats. Shout out.
LeBron did play the worst defense in the league while he was 18 in his rookie season. And the game went to overtime, so he had extra time. He played 47 minutes, only managed 34 points. He had the chance to get 40. He played the Utah Jazz equivalent. He had 47 minutes to do so. Still couldn't do it.
So
how many points were scored in that?
Is he a bum, Mars? Is he a bum?
To Penn's point, I'm just saying. To Penn's point.
How many points were scored in that entire game, Mars?
214.
How many points were scored last night, Mars?
I don't know. Let me check. Dallas last night. Where are we? They're quite.
You must have been in charge of ChatGPT brain this morning, Mars, because you would
know that last night and yesterday's overtime game 273.
Okay, so 273, 214, yep. Big difference, right? Pace of play.
Both teams had similar offensive ratings. Cooper Flag played less minutes. Cooper Flag was more efficient. The Jazz, it seems like LeBron had the opportunity.
Offense.
It seems like LeBron had the opportunity to do it.
I don't need to explain relative offensive rating to you. You obviously get it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
absolutely.
So the point here is, if you score 42 out of 140 points, it might be a little less impressive than if you score 34 out of like 110, 105.
No,
it's not. Okay.
No, for the same reason that it's not more impressive.
Look at it like
for the same reason it's not more impressive that when you're third in MVP when everyone's available, as opposed to when people are disqualified.
That's
it's not more impressive.
Completely different situation because availability. No. Because availability is an actual talent. Durability is an actual talent. So
playing fast is a talent too. Playing fast is a talent too. More possessions takes skill. So yeah.
But I do not control how fast the other team plays. So I can play as fast as I want.
And you can speed them up. You can speed up the other team. Chill talks about it all the time. You can speed teams up.
Yes, you can.
So that's not true either.
100%.
Not to mention that Magic team was actually 12th in pace, so they weren't exactly slow. And the Cavs were 13th. So these teams were both reasonably paced. So that's also not a problem. So no, I'm not hearing that. He played 47 minutes. He scored 34. He had the opportunity. He didn't do it.
Fellas, aside from Cooper Flag versus LeBron James, what are our thoughts on what Cooper Flag did last night and how he's looking right now as a rookie in his third month of his rookie season?
When did James as a rookie, he didn't play? Okay, I'm sorry, because I must be looking at the wrong thing, because they played them twice his rookie season. And the first game, they went into overtime.
That was the Christmas game where T-Mac had like 40-something.
Yeah. Oh, so you're talking about? I thought we were talking about Utah. I apologize. I thought you meant
Utah. They played the Magic, who were the worst defense in the league that year.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you was talking about Utah that year.
Yeah. Right, I don't know. Utah were good. They had Karolinko in them. They were a good defense.
I'm following.
So when I said let's not turn this into a LeBron James versus Cooper Flag conversation. You heard, let's turn this into a LeBron James Cooper Flag conversation. Okay, cool. Okay, my bad.
Ron, I can't.
It's amazing.
Ron,
Yeah, like I said, he might be better than Magic. So
I can't comment on this game. I was wrapped up in a joust last night between both Joker and Sengun. So
Don't get me started on that game.
Oh, we're gonna get to that in a second.
We're gonna talk about some
I
elite
apologize, Ron.
officiating.
I didn't see much of this, so I can't talk about
shit
it.
too, boy. Swiper be full of shit.
Yo,
Sorry, I can't. I can't.
Ron, I do have an insightful comment about this Jazz Mavericks game. It is from my insightful brain that I've come up with this. I said it might be a bad night for people who were trying to tell us all year that Ace Bailey was on Cooper Flag's level. Wouldn't you say? Ron?
Yeah, who was trying to say that though?
Ron tried to say it yesterday.
Yes.
Ace got the flu still. So
you might want to retire that.
Ron,
take.
it's okay to say you lost that war.
You might want to take
the
that.
war
take,
is the war.
bury it.
No, you lost the war.
I lost the battle. I did not lose the war.
No, the war
you
is
lost both.
Cooper Flag is clearly better than.
Okay, he's better than Ace Bailey. Can we talk about Cooper Flag? We went
we
from
just said
Magic
he's better than Ace
Johnson
Bailey.
to LeBron James. Now we're with Ace Bailey.
Better than
We
LeBron.
just said I just said he's better than Magic Johnson. That was me talking about Cooper Flag. He scored more than LeBron. That's me talking about Cooper Flag. He's better than Ace Bailey. That's me talking about Cooper Flag. I just said he's better than those guys.
He's better than all three of them. Can we talk about what happened last night? It's 42 points. He went 13 for 27 from the field.
How many of us watched?
Shot 20 free throws.
He got some nice shots.
20 free throws is crazy for a rook. Ain't no way you're supposed to give a rook 20 free throws and he ain't Shaq.
If he getting fouled,
no
he getting fouled.
No, hell no.
I mean, he attacked. He was very assertive. He attacked.
His offensive game has come around a lot faster than I thought it would. And that's me speaking more generally because, once again, I'm not going to lie to the people. I did not watch the Mavs.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game either.
And I'm not going to talk on a game I didn't watch. I've seen some clips of what he was doing. It was nice to see him getting into the teeth of the defense, getting to the floaters and stuff, but I didn't watch it all unfold. So I can't tell you, oh, he was doing this, and that's where he was getting
it was bad timing. It was bad timing.
Yeah. But his offensive game, his offensive game has majorly progressed. I do think there's a direct correlation between his offensive game progressing and them inserting Demon Ryan Nembhard into the starting lineup. I definitely think there's a direct correlation there. For reference, since Ryan Nembhard's been in the starting lineup, so that Lakers game onwards, Cooper's averaging 24, 6, and 4.5, shooting 54% from the field, which is like elite numbers for anyone, let alone an 18-year-old in the NBA. And we are now on, I think that's 7 games, 8 games actually, an 8-game sample of him doing that. I think he is the best rookie in the NBA. Like, I understand like Conker Nipples had a great rookie season, but if you just ask me of all the players, who is the best rookie? Cooper Flag's the best player of the whole rookie class, in my opinion. Especially like the level of talent I've seen in the past like few weeks. His offensive game, like I said, has come around a lot better. His defense has been, in my opinion, disappointing. In my opinion, from what I thought he was going to be coming in immediately.
I think personnel wise, though, that's why, Morris. I think the personnel.
I agree. Yeah. He's definitely more of like a roamer, blow things up on the backside, and they've had him guarding the ball a bit too much, in my opinion. But he hasn't been as like not game breaking, but like as immediately impactful in defense. But offensively, like the passing feel is there. The ability to handle the ball has been much improved. He doesn't shoot the 3 well, but he's comfortable in the mid range. And there's projectable growth as well. Like once he gets stronger and he's able to absorb contact more around the rim, I can see that improving. Once he does start making the 3 at a better clip, then we're talking about ramping up the efficiency. Cooper Flag, I think he's going to be really good for a really long time. And I think you got to see him with some vets. I want to see him with those vets. I want to see him play alongside some guys that know how to play. And I think you will see a really a way more improved Cooper Flag. Like just put him around, the big dogs who there, AD and Kyrie. We might not see Kyrie till obviously next year. Maybe we see him in March or something like that. February. I have no idea. I don't know what's the update on Kyrie, but just putting,
he's ahead of schedule.
Sure, I know that.
We heard if it was the playoffs, he could play tomorrow.
They got to ramp up and get back on schedule. So you know how that goes. But I just feel like having Cooper Flag in a system, as far as a uniform system, I would probably say like him playing with veteran guards that know how to give him the ball in the right spots, who know how to direct traffic, where he don't have to play more one-on-one a lot of times, just making the game easier for him. I want to see him that, because then I'll be able to be like, yeah, this the one, this that guy that they said was a generational talent. Like I've heard that about Cooper Flag, so I'm ready to see it. But I don't think what he's doing by himself in Dallas right now is going to be on schedule to get him there. I feel like all these superstars need some vets. I feel like you need somebody to get you over the top, unless you obviously LeBron James, but that's once in a lifetime right there.
Him playing in a more wide open space with the ball where there is no real play calling, I think that's where he thrives. And I thought that because he had those skills, excuse me, I thought that because he had those skills as a ball handler, as a distributor, I thought that if you put him at the lead guard spot when the game slowed down, he would be good, not realizing that at the pro level, it's way different processing offense quicker than it is in college. And I thought that he would, and I keep forgetting because he's so advanced in his skill set that he is a kid. And I wasn't realizing that, when the game slow down and we get into a half court, I thought Jason Kidd wasn't going to allow that. I thought Jason Kidd was going to keep the game fast and keep the game chaotic, but in a controlled way that he would thrive at the lead guard spot, not realizing that, this lead guard thing is a lot more difficult than I realized. Like, I got to get other people involved in the game. It's not just about my offense when I have the ball in my hand. And I was wrong in that aspect. But I do think that we can teach him to be a better wing and have some lead guard skills also.
I don't think he's generational. I don't think he's generational at all. I think, look, man, I didn't watch the game. I watched every single possession that he made or missed a shot last night, got to the line, whatever. So just watch the possessions. This Jazz defense is so awful.
I've been saying that. I've been saying
so
that since game one.
Chill.
They've been trashed for
single
years.
shot. He beats ridiculous. Walter Clayton off the dribble, no help. He beats Ace Bailey off the dribble. Ace is like dragging across his shoulder.
Straight up.
He just needs to beat one layer of the defense here. When you go up against OKC, when you go up against Houston, when you go up against Detroit, you don't get to beat one. You get to beat two, then you got to beat three, then you got to beat four. And I do think like sometimes we got to put some context when there's high scoring games and the other team is just abysmal defensively, or their game plan is to play a guy straight up. Like, I don't know what the Jazz are doing. Obviously, like, they're tanking. They're not a good team, et cetera, et cetera. They're, playing Lauri Markkanen to maintain his trade value, keep his numbers up so that the league can see him and exhibit him. But Kyle Filipowski is not a rim protector. Ace Bailey is not a good defender. Keontae George might be the worst defender in NBA history. I mean, he's pretty bad. Like, he's so bad. He is you know what?
He's worse than Simons?
I mean, dude, if those two get a backcourt, the opposing guard is over under 50 points. Okay.
Because when I watch Utah, right, and please follow me on this, the effort is there. Like, Isaiah Collier competes on defense. Taylor Hendricks competes on defense. Kyle Anderson, not so much. Filipowski, he competes on defense. They just don't seem connected. I think that's what.
What do you mean the effort is there though, Chill?
These dudes play hard.
They don't play hard.
They run around a little bit.
Yeah,
right.
They don't play hard, though,
Mars, but the problem is that
hard.
It's not hard. It's not hard to fake effort though. I don't think it's hard.
Yeah,
to fake
they coach was just yelling at him about playing hard.
Yeah, I think a lot of that effort is fake. I think a lot of that effort is fake. This defense is
maybe they tricked me because
it's one of the worst. It's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in terms of organization, in terms of personnel. In terms
organization
of
is
ideology, like it's just all over the place.
Tricked me.
And Keontae George is one of the worst defenders I've ever seen. And I said that a couple weeks back. He's one of the worst defenders I've ever seen. Kevin Love at this point isn't going to do anything for you on defense.
Nothing.
Someone in the chat saying Ace Bailey is the Jazz's best defender. Mars, you agree with that?
Can't get over there.
Pardon?
Do you agree with the fact that Ace Bailey is the Jazz's best defender? Someone in the chat is telling me I don't watch Jazz games because Ace is apparently their best defender. I don't think he's their best defender at all.
Okay, so Walker Kessler. Okay, so Walker Kessler notwithstanding, I'm fairly certain. If I had to say who I think the Jazz best defender is, I would say Taylor Hendricks.
That's what
Taylor Hendricks is definitely their second best defender. The third best is okay. So is Ace Bailey a better defender than Lauri Markkanen? I don't think he's a better defender than Lauri Markkanen. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
I think that's a lot of
the off-ball stuff with Ace Bailey is egregious, but like on the ball, he's more capable than Lowry, I would say. But I wouldn't say Ace Bailey's a better defender than Cody Williams.
Bro, Mars, just the point of they suck. Like on defense, like it's just ridiculous. Like I'm telling you, like if you watch that game and you're a real basketball fan, it's no way you'll watch that game and say, bro, what the fuck are the Jazz doing? Like I don't know. Like all hoopers then play. You know how y'all be out there playing too long. You didn't play way too many games, and then come down to the last game and your damn feet hurt. That's how they play defense. Like they watch somebody blow by, like oh, shit, I can't get over there.
But they still managed to outscore Dallas yesterday. You know, just
they
did actually win the game. You know what I'm saying? They did actually win the game.
Yeah, but they get the plug on offense. They run around on offense and shit, just just shooting and young guys just playing open gym. For your coach to be a professional coach and have to lecture you guys, grown ass men getting paid millions of dollars about playing hard, you have a fucking problem. Like that's an AAU conversation. That's what you do in a timeout in AAU. Like, guys, we got to play hard or I ain't bringing this team back no more. This dude is cursing at grown men, chill, saying,
he said he's sick of it.
Every fucking game, I got to tell y'all to play hard. Like, what?
He's sick of it. Yeah, he's sick of it.
That's ridiculous.
I do think it would be stepping into the. Once again, I think most of these guys just suck on defense generally. I do think there is a part of it that's like when you've been on this team for a while, and it's just a repetitive cycle of losing all the time. It is hard to get up like defensively and put forth your best effort. It's like mentally. It's like we can say, oh, well, every player should give 100% every play. Like, yeah, in an ideal world, yeah, players would do that. But like, these guys are human beings, and if you're showing up,
what that means, Mark. That means they don't have
60
leaders.
games a year. Like, it can
have no leaders.
Difficult.
They don't have a leader.
I mean, that's why they brought in guys like Kevin Love. That's why they brought in guys like Kyle Anderson. Like, they are trying to, I think, embed.
No, you can't bring in no light skins, be no damn leaders. You gotta have.
But like Kevin Love, obviously NBA championship experience. He just came from Miami, so like you are trying to like embed like that right mindset, mentality, culture, all that good stuff. But like it can be hard, just like on the mental side, to like put forth your best effort defensively, night in, night out, when you know you're showing up to work to lose and probably to get like.
But here's the thing, though, Mark.
They only in that locker room.
Well, number one, this Jazz team is much better than they were last year. Let's be clear about that. They offensively, they are Keontae George is way better than what I gave him credit for. I was just about out on this kid, right? But he's become a much better scorer. He's become a much better floor leader, and I really like that about him. For the record, Drench, we 2 games out the 8th spot. That's it.
They're above the Mavs in the standings. They're above the Mavs.
I know this sounds crazy. Penn, but if the season ended today, we are in the play-in tournament.
Too bad the season don't end today.
Larry Marketing floor racing?
With 2 games.
Yeah, Larry Marketing MVP. Let's talk about it. Huh? What are the Jazz about Larry Marketing? He the MVP.
Too bad the season. Bro, after the All-Star break, the Jazz might go on one of the worst fucking losing streaks we see in NBA history.
Yeah, because Larry Marketing will suddenly have an injury. That's why
Larry Marketing to get traded. But that's the thing, though, Mars. When you say that the guys can't the guys can't compete regularly because they're showing up to lose. Well, that's why they're showing up to lose, because they're not there to compete.
Yeah,
that's why they're losing. Because it's you know what I'm saying, some people look at it that way, like, oh well, why even play hard? We're gonna lose. Well, you're gonna lose because you don't play hard. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is right there.
You know what's funny?
And also shout out to you, Penn, because I had some construction, so I had to stay on mute. But I was trying to get it in that you guys are forgetting about my man Phil Pawski. So shout out to you, Penn, because I seen you in the comments.
Y'all, I want to pivot off the Jazz though, because there were some other good games that happened last night. If you are in here right now, like the video, subscribe, keep going in the comments, send through your super chats. We are going to get to the super chats here very, very, very soon. I also want to shout out our Hall of Famers too. If you're a Hall of Famer, salute to you. That includes guys like, well, y'all know the Hall of Famers. Shout out to them. All right. The first
Ron. Before you go to the next segment, I just want to say that my man in the chat, Jalen, he brought up a very good, interesting point, that it sounds like the Jazz really need a Soy Thompson. So go ahead.
Hey, what they need ain't
that is a good point. And me too, because they need a leader in the locker room.
Yeah, what they need ain't gonna be what they're gonna get. But
when they're beating them boys up.
Just really important
small they're gonna play some defense tonight. He gonna jack some niggas up. He gonna do that shit, and then all of a sudden Keontae George gonna say, "All right, I got it. I'm gonna D up." That nigga gonna say,
"Hey, jacking
every time Keontae George on defense, B-Sue gonna be on that back line looking like this, chill."
Oh my!
Keontae gonna be chasing that boy around the court like he did that one guy.
Ron, the 2 worst teams in the Western Conference right now are the LA Clippers and the New Orleans Pelicans. You know what those two teams have wonderfully in common?
What's that?
Neither of them have their picks.
They don't have the draft picks.
Shout out the Hawks.
The
man.
Jazz trying to be bad,
I'm
and they're
telling you,
somehow
Ron,
still better than this
the
team
Clippers
trying to be
really
good.
winning the lottery. I'm saying it, Drench. I said it in November.
They're not winning
I'm
the
saying it
lottery.
in December, they are going to win the lottery, and that pick is going to Oklahoma City.
So an OKC representative is going to show up to the draft lottery, right? Not a Clippers representative. Like when
No,
they do
the
lottery.
Clippers unfortunately have to show up until
They have to show up and then watch their pick go to OKC.
I
Mars,
think
this
so.
is what's
Wait,
happening,
wait,
Mars. That money belongs to me. You just got to go get it. So hand it over.
So if the ping pong ball comes out and it says the Clippers have the number 1 pick, it's going to pan to the whoever they send over there.
Hand it over.
Is
And
it
they're just going to be there demoralized.
It might be OKC.
Hand it
The last
over.
time I remember this
Is it
happening
a
in a
pick
very
swap or is it
prominent
the
way.
actual pick?
No, it's the
The
actual,
actual
pick.
pick. They don't.
It's-
they
I
don't
was about to
do
say, if
that.
it's a pick swap shit, I ain't honoring that shit. I ain't honoring no pick swap. I'm doing bad business. I'm picking the worst nigga in the draft. Fuck it. Let's
That's
swap
not
that
how
shit
it
out.
works. That's not how that
Why
works.
not?
That's not how that works, Drenchy. No.
Why
It
not?
just means that you guys exchange picks. It doesn't mean you pick for me and then you get the player.
No,
Why
that's not
do
how
why
that
them
works,
motherfuckers
Drenchy.
always had their hat on? Why they always had their hat on that got the
That's when they trade the pick on draft night. That's like when the Suns traded the pick. So Kaman Malowitz.
What's the difference between a pick swap and
Houston-
a trade for the
A
pick?
pick swap is like predetermined. Like if you trade a pick swap, it's basically like I'll get the best of these 2 picks. So let's say
Hey,
the
I'm picking
Clippers and
two
Tim-
trash
yeah.
motherfuckers.
You don't get the
no,
pick,
I mean
Drench.
best of these 2 picks in terms of the ranking.
don't
Like
get
you'll get
the
the 14th pick and I'll get the 17th. But the
Oh,
17th
okay.
pick is mine. It's not. Oh, we'll just draft for each other. That has to be like
No,
through a
that's not how that
trade
works,
on draft
Drench.
night or
No.
something. Like with
Oh,
Kaman
okay.
Malowitz.
Shit, I show fuck out, boy. I would do bad business before I let OKC
This
get
man
my
gonna
motherfucking
draft the
pick.
biggest bum number 1.
For sure, I draft motherfucker that wasn't even playing this year.
You know,
They'd be like,
I
"Oh."
heard that's what they were trying to do when they drafted Anthony Bennett number 1, but then they realized they actually had the pick themselves. They're like, oh shit.
I'm
playing with
drafting the dude out of JUCO that wasn't even in the draft. He ain't even entered the draft. I'm like, yeah, I got him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's
I'm
gonna get a
drafting that
$12
big.
million
I'm drafting
contract.
big ass Burns ass that wear that liberty ass jersey in Charlotte. I'm gonna draft his ass again. I'm gonna make sure shit. We swapping that shit.
All right, fellas, we in the fast breakdown
We
segment.
can't go fast on that Nuggets game. We got to slow down, Ron, because I got some emotions.
Yep.
Gotta let off.
We're not gonna get to that game just yet. First, we're gonna talk about it's not even really anything to talk about, but since they got brought up, the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Los Angeles Clippers last night by a score of 121 to 103. The Grizzlies are now 12 and 4.
Your worst team in the NBA is the Clippers.
And the Grizzlies are the 9th seed now. The Clippers are the 14th seed in the West, and they are 6 and 20. Just in that game, Jaren Jackson Jr. had 31 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Kawhi had 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Fellas, I don't want to talk about this game. I just wanted to acknowledge that the Clippers lost yet again.
John Moran
Break
got
up
hurt
Memphis.
again. Just putting out there. John
He
Moran
got hurt?
again.
Yeah, he rolled his
Yeah,
I
ankle.
was
I think he
wondering
rolled
why
his
he
ankle or
played,
something.
why he didn't play, why he only
rolled his
played
ankle.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I think he rolled his
Break
ankles.
up the Memphis Grizzlies, Ron. They won 8 of their last 11. They rolling. Break Memphis up.
Jaren Jackson finally had a good game. Box score watching, didn't watch the game, but Jaren Jackson finally had a good game, 31 points. So shout out to him. I want Memphis to be healthy. I think when Memphis is fully healthy, I know you don't want to talk about the game, so I'm just talking about Memphis.
Go ahead.
When Memphis is fully healthy, Jar fully right, Jaren Jackson fully right, Zach Edey, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Cam Spencer, who's been like a revelation for them this year. I think they have the makings of a decent team, but I'm yet to see all of them on the court together. Like, because now Zach Edey's out when John Morant comes back. Like, I feel like they've been like dismantled by injuries this year. So the fact that they're crawling themselves back, because they had one of the toughest schedules to start the year, I think. And that's why their record was so bad. But now that their schedule is starting to lighten up, like they're starting to win some games, I think Memphis can be a playing team. I think they can be a playing team this year. Probably going to lose in the play-in, but I think they
They
can be
are
a
a playing team right now.
Yeah, but things are going to... There's no way Utah stays in the play-in. There's no way. Dallas and Portland going to have to pick up. The Clippers are done. They're doomed. I'm sorry.
I know one thing.
Trash.
I know one thing.
On my TV, Ron.
I'm gonna get paid off the Portland Trailblazers this year from you. Yeah, laugh right now, cry later. From
You're not.
you
They just beat the
And you-
Warriors.
Don't say
and
nothing.
real
Don't.
talk.
Moss. Don't.
Say what?
They just beat the Warriors. He's talking about the Blazers. He's talking about his victory lap.
Yeah, I made a few Blazers bets up here.
They're 11th.
Yes, and they're not in the playoffs.
And that's without Drew Holiday. Remember that. Yeah, without Drew Holiday.
So,
That's
what do you
That's
victory
not in the
lapping?
playoffs.
So when Drew Holiday come back and when Scoot come back, When they fly up those standings, stay on that side.
The Blazers will miss the playoffs. That's $100 from Chill. The Blazers will miss the play-in. Jordan in Real Talk.
So why'd you put me on the big
Well,
screen?
me and
I'm not a
Rob-
Blazer hater.
I thought me and you made that.
I love the Blazers.
We
No,
did not
Ron,
have-
you know my
You want to
policy.
make that? Pin? You
Ron,
want to do that?
You know my policy about making bets with you, right?
That the Blazers
I don't make
play-in?
bets with you anymore. It's bad money. Just
That the
pissing
Blazers
money
don't
down
make
the
the.
toilet.
I mean, we got a couple already.
Nah.
All right. Well, anyways, y'all, the next game that we have is heading into last night. It was the number 2 seed or the number 1 seed, Detroit Pistons, playing against the number 3 seed, Boston Celtics. And the Pistons took care of business to start up a new winning streak,
Number 4 seed now.
112 to 105. The Pistons are now 21-5. The Celtics are now 15-11. That is good for fourth in the East.
Someone jumped them? Who jumped them?
Let's talk about this game last night, fellas. Cade Cunningham had 32 points, 10 assists. Jaylen Brown continues to get busy. He had 34 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Also, Jalen Duren didn't really have that good of a game. He only had 6 points. But lo and behold, y'all, Asor Thompson, 7 points, 6 assists, or 6 rebounds.
He's not here to fill. He's not here to score a bunch of points, Ron.
Yeah,
don't start hating on the floor.
Derek White, 31 points too. But thoughts on this game? Anything?
Yeah, did
Can
y'all see
Jaylen Brown
Jaylen
make some
Brown?
free throws? Can Jaylen Brown make some free throws? Am I asking too much?
No.
He don't got time to make free throws, Morris, because
Had to get serious, Morris.
What he doing is showing the world that Isaiah Stewart is not gonna punk him, just like Bobby Portis did. He didn't with that.
I did like that.
Yeah,
But I
also had to get serious before we have our
they
conversation.
lost because of free throws, though. Like, is that they lost because of free throws?
he got to
Make some free
I
throws.
suppose.
And that's what I mean. Like, Jaylen Brown is great, but he's the best bad shooter I've ever seen. Like,
Dwayne Wade was up there for a little bit too.
this man, I swear, every time Jaylen Brown shouldn't be able to shoot as well as he does. Like, everything tells me he can't shoot, but he shoots. So yeah, but
That spin move that he hit, that spin move fall away that he hit, I was like, yo, I thought that was gonna be an air ball. I was impressed with that one. But Ox, remember that dude at the park? He's wide open. Every time he's wide open, it looks like somebody's moving the basket. But put a hand in his face, push him. He is cash. That's Cade Cunningham. That is Cade Cunningham. Put a hand in Cade Cunningham's face. He is making shots. Swing the ball to Cade Cunningham wide open. He can't make shots. And I'm like, damn it, this dude can.
Because he's not used to it. He probably don't rep that too. He probably don't rep that in that way too. He not used to just catching shoots like that. Like he used to everything off the bounce.
If we're gonna be viable in the playoffs, you are going to be somebody's gonna double off you, and you're gonna be the skip pass man. You're gonna be the guy that
ain't nobody gonna double off of Cade.
He got doubled off yesterday. That's why he was open a couple of times.
Yeah, regular season. But Cade should be. I think Cade has the potential. It's like the opposite of Jaylen Brown. Cade has the potential to be a better shooter than he is, in my opinion.
He definitely is.
He was
last night. He had the 3 ball. Last night he had the 3 ball going, so like that was huge. But like, I think he's on like 31%, 32, 30. Yeah, in that range from 3 on the season. That's disappointing for a guy of Cade's capability. In my opinion,
he's shooting on a lot of volume though, right? How much volume is he shooting on?
6 a game, maybe.
Oh, that's not that much. Okay.
6.4. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not a major high volume guy, especially for a guard in today's game. But like we saw it in the playoffs last year, how that pull up 3 was just like his Achilles heel. He shot 18% looking at it now, 18% in the playoffs. He's shooting 32.7%. We'll give him 33 on the season. Last night, 6 for 10. Like if Cade can get that 3-point shot to where, not that he has to be 40%, we're not saying that, but if Cade can get that to where he's a reliable 36, 37, you get to 38% from 3, that levels you up as a scorer that much more. Like I know efficiency, true shooting isn't the end all be all, but there's a reason Cade's true shooting has been below league average every year. One of it is he doesn't get to the free throw line a whole lot. Another one is he doesn't shoot the 3 that well. And then the other one is that he's not that great around the rim. Like, so he could definitely do with making himself a more efficient scorer. And I think part of that is becoming a better 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I mean 7 for 14 from the 3-point from the free throw line from Jaylen Brown isn't good, but I mean, well, he could have made 9 or 10 of them. It's only a couple more points. I mean, I don't know. I don't expect him to go.
Ideally, he's going 12 for 14. Ideally, 85%.
Shit, nah.
Yeah, ideally, but my wing 85% shooter. Am I asking for too much? 11 for 14. We'll go 80. What was that? 81%.
I'm thinking more like 10, 11. Yeah, I could see that, but
79%.
Yeah, he got. My thing is, I feel though he got to knock down his free throws for sure.
Especially when you're down 4 and you miss both. That's tough.
Right. Now that's tough. That's why he has to be a better free throw shooter. But I mean, he's still balling though. He's still doing his thing.
Great season.
And I mean, Asar did go 1 for 7 from the free throw line. So
yes, he did.
He has no shooting. I'm just putting that out there now. Like, there's no indications that he can shoot the ball at any point.
A man too. A man neither. That shit.
Yeah, but at least a man shooting better from the free throw line this year. Like, at least you'll take the positives with a man. A man shooting, like, I want to say maybe close to 80% this year.
Yes, he's shooting 80% at the stripe, Miles.
Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure Asar Thompson shooting like 62%.
It actually doesn't.
What?
Asar Thompson.
It does. It actually doesn't.
Asar is shooting 52% from the line.
Look horrible at the free throw line. That shit is flat as hell.
No, it doesn't.
He don't follow through all the way. He do some weird. Like, his arm don't.
He doesn't extend his arm.
He doesn't. Which we could teach you that.
I agree. Like, but he still has a better bait. Asar is shooting 52% from the line.
I'm not comparing that. I'm not comparing them.
Yeah,
it's
bad,
I'm just saying, a man shit just look bad, bro. Like, I hate when he shoot the ball. I hate when he do that little bullshit ass pull up too at the free throw line in the game. That shit just look ugly as shit. He make it sometime, but it's fucking ugly. It look like he playing 21. That's what it look like he doing.
Fellas,
when you
chill right
really
quick.
quickly,
I want to
bro.
hurry up and get through this other game before it turns.
Oh,
out.
the Raptors.
Yeah.
The Raptors,
So, right quick, the Raptors beat the Heat by a score of 106-96. The Raptors snapped their skid. Brandon Ingram had 28 points. Simone Fontecchio had 3 points. Andrew Wiggins had 10 points. It was a good game. Shout out the Raptors. They now moved up the rankings. All right, now let's get to the real game of the night.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Mm-hmm.
Nasty.
Nah, but like in all seriousness, let's talk about the game though. For the Heat, 2 players scored 20. Bam had 20 and 10. Norman Powell had 20 points.
Why
Brandon
are you breaking
Ingram
down a game you didn't
48.
watch when you have someone up here who actually watched the game?
Yeah, I did watch the game. Are we going to
three
talk
people
about,
up here who watched the game?
We're going to talk about the fact that the Heat's offense is falling into the Memphis trap of being figured out.
Yes, that's exactly what it looked like. They ain't playing as fast as they used to, and now we don't have a plan B. It was play fast. When somebody figures us out, keep playing fast. When somebody gets in front of us, keep playing fast. When all of these guys have feet in the paint and they're slowing down our transition game, keep playing fast. When we get in the half court, keep playing fast. No, that's not going to work. No.
Sure.
What happened is it worth
noting?
Why everything got to be fast?
Is it worth noting that the Heat managed to score under 100 points for the first time last night?
Yes,
it's worth noting.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's worth noting. I think part of that is really good defense from the Raptors. Part of it is the game wasn't as fast for the Heat. So to Chill's point, it was a slower game for the Heat standards. But the other part is, and this is why I'm comparing it to the Memphis of last year. Memphis started last season really well. And then by the time we got about 25 games into the season, things started to unravel. And I think the reason for that is because it's not a diverse offense. And some people are blaming it on the fact that Bam and Norman Powell went on TV. I hate to break it to you, but I think teams do more scouting than watching the NBA on Prime to figure out a team's offense. I think they were going to figure it out eventually. But, like, I think they probably do need to add some pick and rolls to their offense. I think you can't just have every possession be your attempt to beat someone off the dribble, beat someone off the bounce, force a rotation, and then start trying to play the wheel and deal offense. Like, it doesn't work, especially when you have defenders on the other team. Scottie Barnes is a good defender, man.
Yes, he is.
Scottie Barnes is a good little defensive player. I think I would have him on my all defensive team this year. I think. I don't know first or second. I haven't thought that far ahead, but
I definitely think he's
Scottie Barnes are all NBA defensive player this year.
I'll think about it.
No, he's definitely
He's definitely playing at that level.
Box score merchant.
Yes, he's definitely playing at that level. Ron, the biggest issue that I see with one of the biggest issues that I see with the Miami Heat, one, Khalil Ware, he didn't play until the second quarter. He didn't come into the game. And when he comes into the game, which we've been having this conversation about the numbers with Khalil on the floor and with him off the floor. He is their best rebounder. I want to make sure that we get to the bottom of that right now. They had 4 or 5 different trips where it was a shot and one shot and a rebound. That was it because Khalil Ware was out there. Then Khalil Ware gets off the floor. Now we have Toronto crashing the glass. Now we have second chance opportunities, and I'm trying to make sense in what Spo is doing. And I understand that the dynamic between him and Bam, it's a little clunky. And the reason why it's clunky is because this offense, all they do is play fast. That's all they do is play fast. They don't do anything else. How about we put Khalil Ware in some pick and dive action? How about we put Bam more in some dribble handoff and pick and dive action that you used to do? It's either one or the other thing with this group. They either playing fast or they was in pick and roll. They completely took the pick and roll out of their offense. It's no longer. They took the what am I thinking about? The cross action out of their offense. It's no longer that. It's either we're playing fast, one shot, one pass, one shot, almost like the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix, except it's less efficient. And Ron, just so you know, do not, when you're talking about box score watching, do not let that Bam 20 and 10 fool you. That 10th rebound he got was the first rebound that he got in the second half with 35 seconds left in the game, and it was off a free throw, by the way. He had 0 rebounds in the second half up until that point.
Shit like that be ridiculous to me.
Okay. See, glass half full. He had 9 in the first half. Yeah.
Like,
One
man,
of the main reasons why
9 rebounds.
I think Scotty Barnes came out and played horrible in the first half. Like, he was passive. He was just terrible, awful. I was like, man, you gonna follow up that disaster class against New York with another stinker, and this time in your home state with your family in attendance, you gonna embarrass yourself like this? And he came out in the second half, and he was a man possessed, blocking shots, rebounding the basketball, getting putbacks. He did everything. And, I think he just turned the game around. His energy turned the game around for this team. And the Raptors have had, it's been a tale of 2 teams. You don't know which one's going to show up. There's that team that lost 4 out of 5 in the beginning of the season. Then there's that team that looked indestructible, for 14 games. And then there's whatever the hell we've seen for the last 7-8 games. I think what has gone right for the Raptors when they're winning is they've had practice. They've had some chance to practice. They're a young team. They really relish practice. Over the last 7-8 games, they haven't had a lot of time to practice. They just haven't. They've been playing recklessly. The schedule has been reckless. It's been a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of short turnarounds, road trips, etc. And in the beginning of the season, they didn't have a lot of practice because of the Blue Jays, because the team was actively following the Blue Jays. So a lot of the practice time went to that. So I think this is a team that needs practice. That's the first thing. And the second thing they need is Jakob Poeltl to be mobile.
That's what I was going to say.
And Jakob Poeltl has also been a tale of 2 halves. So this team just extended this dude to $102 million extension this offseason. And he's 30. And he looks broken at times. He looks immobile. He looks slow. He looks sluggish. Can't catch the basketball. He's making Precious Achiuwa level decisions in the front court. And I'm just like, yo, what the hell is wrong with this dude? So last night, not a great game by any means from him, but a little bit better than he's been recently. So you just get competitive, competent play from him because we don't got a center apart from him on that roster. Next best center after him is Scotty Barnes, who is a forward or a guard, if you're being generous. So we need a backup big.
Which is more of a center than a guard. He's more of a center than a guard. But
he's a point guard, but okay.
But Pin, on that note,
no idea.
Something just came across my timeline. I just shared it in a group with you guys. Apparently, the Raptors are not done yet. They are looking at players like Domantas Sabonis and Anthony Davis to shore up their front line. They are 6-11 right now, and word on the streets is that if they continue to win as they get closer to the trade deadline, these are 2 guys that they can specifically target. How do we feel about these 2 guys here, or even another?
The Warriors should be in that. The Warriors should be in that market too. 100%. They should be a big who can rebound. They should definitely be in that market. That's one of their biggest issues.
Quickly? Is that what you're giving up if you're the Raptors? Emmanuel Quickly? Because you're not giving up BI or Scotty. And
drive him to the airport myself. But I will say this: I've heard reports counter to this. I don't think the Raptors are going to be big players in the Domantas Sabonis, Anthony Davis sweepstakes. I think they're going to make the reporting from the Raptors side yesterday from Day'Ron Sharpe is just a personal favorite. The reporting from the Raptors side was Daniel Gafford and Goga Batase. Those are the two guys. So we'll see.
Pen, is it me? I mean, you watch more Raptor games than me, but when I watch Mamu Kilishvili, I just feel like something good is going to happen every time he out there. I just love his energy.
It's not just you. He's really good. He's a really good basketball player, and he's on a minimum contract.
I love his energy. I love his pick and pop game. I love how he surveys the court. I love how when he's open, he knows what's a good shot. He's not just shooting the ball because he's open. He knows as a good connector to get off the peel, even if he is open. He knows how to get off the peel. He's actually a good downhill big too. I like that about him. And then on defense, he actually is connected to the group. He's not great, but he is connected to the group, and he will get on the glass. I just feel like when he's on the floor, something good is going to happen.
He's a good team defender. He's just not a good setter defender. Like, he can't protect the rim at all. He's not a great rebounder. He's more of like a small forward. Like, he's like a little bit like Santi Aldama in a way, like a small Santi Aldama in that sense. I'm not comparing them directly as players, just like the idea that a big dude who can sort of stretch the court, make good decisions. He can dribble, pass, shoot, to the point of like how he attacks openings, that little pick and roll that he had with Jamal Shed in the fourth quarter. That's just simple basketball, super simple basketball.
You get good minutes from Jamal Shed too. I love Jamal Shed. Yeah, you get really good minutes from him. When I watch him and Davion Mitchell, they kind of mirror each other, but I do like Shed a little bit more.
That's why Davion is in Miami. That's exactly why, because we brought Davion in for half a season to sort of mentor Shed on the defensive end, and then we were just like, okay, we trust in Jamal going long term offensively at least. Yeah, and I do think Jamal's just a much better passer than Davion. I think Davion right now is a much better defender because physically, he's much stronger. He is a little bit bigger. He's got a little bit bigger wingspan, so I don't know if Jamal will ever clip that gap defensively, but offensively, I just trust Jamal Shed with the basketball. He's probably our best passer, him or Scotty. Those are our two best passers on the team. So, and it's just like between Quickly and Shed, every single time Quickly came onto the court, it was just like the offense sags, it stagnates. He's so predictable. He prescripts, reads. Everything is just late clock stagnation. Jamal, everything is quick. He's just read, react the whole game. So, shout outs to the Raptors reclaiming third place. This, before their losing skid, they were a game behind Detroit, and now they're like 4 games behind Detroit. So, hopefully back to our winning ways. We got a soft schedule coming up. 5 of the next 6 are pretty easy teams. So hopefully we win.
You should beat them.
Shout out to Brandon Ingram making some threes as well. About time.
Ingram's shooting like 43% from 3 this month.
So you got Milwaukee on Thursday. Boston. You got Milwaukee in Milwaukee on Thursday. You got Boston at home Saturday. Then you got Brooklyn. Then you in Brooklyn. Then you got to come back down to South Beach next Tuesday. Then you in Washington the day after Christmas. Then you got Golden State, Miami, Denver. Those are your next 10 games.
Yeah, so I mean, the only 3 potential losses there are Boston, Miami, and Denver, and I legitimately think we can beat all those teams.
Y'all should handle Golden State.
It's the NBA, but
And also, big shout out to CMB, Colin Murray blocking that shot by Bam, and shout outs to the Raptors announcers for the greatest call, like just a bar.
That was
okay. They shared a story that Bam Adebayo is named Bam Adebayo because of the character Bam Bam from the Flintstones. Mm-hmm. And then when CMB blocked him, he said, "Bam looking like pebbles out there." And I just lost my shit.
All right, what if Bam would have said, "You know what, boy, fuck you."
I'm gonna grab the wheel. I'm gonna grab the wheel, and we're gonna swerve into the Houston Rockets versus Denver Nuggets game last night. The Rockets lost to the Nuggets by a score of 125-128. The Nuggets are now 19-6. That is good for second in the Western Conference, and the Rockets have fallen to 16-7, which is 5th in the Western Conference. And in this game, Kevin Durant had 25 for the Rockets. Alperen Sengun led the Rockets with a 33-point triple-double, 33, 10, and 10. And on the other end, you guys obviously know what happened. Nikola Jokic, 39 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. And Jamal Murray, hey, maybe he is an all-star. 35 points, 5 assists. Jordan, I'm going to kick you to rock because I know you feel a certain type of way about this game. So talk to me about what happened and what you've seen.
First of all, I just think something like we can't keep getting psyoped. And I always use the word psyop because we can't keep getting psyoped into thinking that nothing is wrong with the officiating in the NBA or nothing is wrong with the way they call the game. So what they say is, don't spread this type of information. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about the game in that way. Anytime somebody tell you what to talk about, what you can and cannot talk about, you're getting psyoped. Number two, if we watch the game where the referee sometimes call a foul and he having an explanation why it's not a foul, but then we see a clear fucking foul and he don't have no explanation for it. It's totally different. Like, it's just so inconsistent. And for Swiper, for the love of God, Swiper is the biggest troll and he's the biggest militant mind I ever seen, boy. Because for him to go and say Amin clearly fouled him on that play is ridiculous. It's just some of the most ridiculous shit that I've heard Swiper do. But I noticed that though. And my message to Swiper is, when Denver playing OKC, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit that he talking about. Like, oh, he clearly fouled him. It would have been a disadvantage. I could jumped on his live and he was talking about that. When the trip happened, it would have been a disadvantage. How the fuck is the disadvantage going to be 4-4? What a disadvantage at? But whatever. My thing is, you don't call Sengun getting an and one because if the shot that Sengun shot, that little left hand hook, that's a fucking foul.
That was an and one.
That's an and one. But you on the other end will call a trip foul. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Don't get it. The same ref made all the worst fucking calls too. Like the same exact one.
Are we blaming the officials on this? Is that what we're doing? Huh? Are we blaming officiating on this? Is that what we doing?
Yeah, did you see it?
Ime Udoka did.
Did you see it?
I did see it.
Ime was getting mad at the refs all night.
All night long, he was on the ref's case.
I really think he was trying to fight the ref. To be honest, I definitely think he was trying to fight him. Like going into halftime, he said some shit like, "You want to see me at the half or some shit like that? You want to meet me in the back?" That's what it looked like he said. But but the same ref was just calling nonsense, like just nonsense all game long. Like,
so as a guard, Mars, if I'm chasing, right? If I'm chasing, you're running up to the screen. And you're not walking me up to the screen. You running up to the screen and you chasing and I'm chasing. What I don't want to do is I don't want to run directly behind you. And the reason why I don't want to run directly behind you is because exactly what happened last night. I can ultimately trip you. And if you end up getting tripped by me, which is inadvertent, by the way, it ain't like I did it on purpose, but it's inadvertent. Beep. I'm gonna get called.
That's not a foul. Like that.
I'm gonna get called for a foul on that. So how do I alleviate that? So how do I alleviate that? I gotta run on the side of you. That's where if I'm chasing, I gotta run. If you coming off the screen, I can't run behind you like this. I gotta run on the side of you. And then I'll make up the difference once you get to the screen because I don't want to trip you and I don't want the refs to blow the whistle and get a foul called on me. That's why.
Would you call it a foul? Knowing what you know as a player, blah blah blah.
You would call that a foul?
Would you say that's a foul?
First of all, I'm gonna say this.
There you go.
First of all, I'm gonna say this. As the official, we all saw the replay where we have the ability of seeing the replay. There's no fucking way that the official saw from that point right there that he knew exactly what happened on that play. Like, that's a foul. There's no possible way he said
he saw someone fall over.
Okay,
cool. That's what I'm saying. But you didn't see.
He made his best
trip. You just saw a motherfucker fall. What if he just fell on his?
That's not true, Drench. That's not true.
But the trip was so minimal. You had to get a scope to see the shit on the replay. You had to get a scope to see on the replay.
Where the ball was getting thrown in bounds, right? It was right next to the half court line. If I'm not mistaken, it was a couple of feet from the half court line. Okay, so I got the lead official. He's the one handling the ball. And I got the trail official and I got the lead official is on the baseline. The guy in the C, where that action is with Amin Thompson, that's all I'm looking at. I ain't looking at nothing else.
But chill. Even
paying
on the
attention to that.
replay, even
So
on the
when he
replay,
gets
you
tripped-
can't see it. You can barely see it on the replay. So it's
Why
no
can't
way
I see
he
that,
saw that
Drench?
shit. It's no way he saw that.
Why can't I? If I'm standing in the C is where the free throw line is Penn. It's called the center. So if I'm standing right there, and that's where Amen Thompson is, that's where it was Amen Thompson. Why am I drawing a blank on this kid's name who ended up who he ended up tripping? Hardaway. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay, I'm sorry. If I'm standing there, I'm watching. That's what's right in front of me. I don't see the guy inbounding the ball. I don't see what's going on at the nail. I don't see none of that. I'm watching what's right in front of me right now at that free throw line and to the baseline. That's all I'm looking at.
Right,
and when
chill.
I see Amen Thompson,
you can barely see it on a replay. How did he see it?
What do you
got better eyes?
Can I be honest with you?
He got better eyes than fucking replay too.
I'm gonna give you a nugget here, Drench, and I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what he did? He guessed.
Of course, he guessed.
Which is a cardinal sin with officials. I got to call. They tell us all the time. Call what you see, because guessing is the complete opposite of getting it right.
There's no way he saw that.
So he saw him fall. So he saw him fall. So his immediate reaction is, Amen had to trip him.
Exactly.
Not that he saw men trip him.
And he saw it. But hold on,
let's be clear about this right now, Ron. It's not that he saw men trip him. Amen tripped. Hardaway tripped. So he had to have tripped him. Not that I seen him, but he had to have tripped him. But he had the luxury of being able to go back and see the replay.
But see, look, this is the slippery slope, though. This is the slippery slope in that, though, Chill. Because if you saw that shit that good and you know for a fact that that's a goddamn foul, then how the fuck you didn't see the first one then when Şengün got and did the left-hand hook? He couldn't see that? Nobody on the court can see that, but you know for sure he pinched his motherfucking calf, and you know that's a foul. But when Şengün bump up and go, the dude jumping up to him like that and he get an and one, you don't see that? That's where the
lead on the baseline, that's her call. The lead on the baseline, that's her call. She's standing right in front of that. And none of them other dudes, none of those other guys.
Hold on, Chill, that ain't even that. He called another bad call. I got it on my video. He called another loose ball fucking foul on Jabari Smith Jr. when the ball was on the ground. Wasn't nobody on the ground. He just said,
I didn't understand that call. I did see that one. I didn't understand.
Who are you talking specifically about the starstruck ref?
The referee,
right now?
the black dude, the referee, him.
Yeah.
That motherfucker called some bullshit. And Chill, I'm gonna put you on this one. Baseline. This is why Ime was pissed off. This is why he got that tech for real. Baseline. Şengün get right up underneath the goal, which is, first of all, if you're a good player, you know that's how you get a foul call. You go up underneath the goal, and the dude is guarding behind you. I'm entitled to shoot it at the goal. Jokic put his forearm all in his damn back. He right there.
That was a foul on Joker.
He even said, no, he didn't see nothing. But you fucking saw him pinch his calf. Come on, some clearly.
What did he do to his calf?
He pinched his calf and he fell, and he saw that. He saw that from 20 feet away. He saw that.
Yeah. Now, outside of the refs, Ron. Now outside of the refs, Ron.
25 to 28 foul calls, relatively even. Right?
No, we're not doing that.
No. Hold on. I did not watch the full game. I watched half the game.
You can't look at the stat sheet, then.
But I am looking at a play at 7 minutes and 6 seconds in the fourth quarter where Jokic clearly gets fouled by Şengün, and it's nothing. It's nothing. I am seeing clearly.
You talking on that jump shot?
Yeah,
he made the jumper too, right?
I don't think that's a first of all. I don't necessarily think it was clearly a foul. I think it's one of them them little bullshit ass hands.
That's a foul today. That's a foul.
If you touch my wrist on a foul.
It was a foul.
It's a clear foul.
Yeah, it was
like I'm looking at these and I'm like, okay, there's a missed call there. There's a missed call there. I'm not seeing like
the refs are going to miss calls. That's part of
the refs. That's what I'm hearing. The refs suck.
The refs suck. But you can't look at the stat sheet and try to tell the story. It was clear from the jump of the game. The shit was called bad. Did you see the one where Jamal Murray go to the basket and fucking do some bullshit ass shot like that and they just call a foul when KD moved out the way? Did you see that one?
Yo, Natalie Sego is a bad referee.
Are we blaming this whole thing on the officiating? Because I thought that
it got to be on officiating because there's no way you call a fucking trip foul on 3 seconds left in the game. It's no possible way you call a trip foul. for that.
I mean, yeah, I do think that cost the Rockets the game, but the reason the Rockets lost beyond that are like things within their own control. But when you're up one and you get called on a out of bounds away from the play foul,
that's ridiculous.
And then you go to overtime and lose in overtime. Like, it makes sense why a Rockets fan would be mad about that being the case.
I don't know, Ron.
And hold on, because you got a later story. On top of that, Şengün didn't get a fucking call on the left hook shot he shot at the end. That's a foul. So for you to call a trip foul, so this is my thing.
That was a go-ahead bucket
you was a referee too, and I know we all coached before, right? Well, me, Ox, Ron, coach. All right. When the referee call fouls, this is how I am. I don't give a shit that he called a foul. I just want to know what's your strategy to calling a foul. Like, are you gonna call it this way? Are you calling it aggressive? What are you calling? Are you calling anything? Let me know. So when Şengün the left hook shot and they let it go, cool. That's how you want to call it. You say, okay, I'm allowing a little physicality, but then you call a fucking pinch on the calf at the end.
I can't. What I can't do.
Something not making sense.
To your point. To your point. I set the tone as an official right from the beginning of the game. Whatever I call in the first quarter, that's the same thing I got to call in the fourth. That's the way that's the way that works. So
in an ideal world,
So yes, Mars, in an ideal world. So if Tim Hardaway is coming off the screen in the first quarter and he gets tripped or he gets nicked on his calf or he gets nicked on his shoe and he falls over, beep, that's a foul. Because if it's a foul in the first quarter,
it's a foul at the end of the game.
If he got 3 seconds left in the game, that's a foul. Because I'm going to have to explain that to you if the same thing happened in the second quarter and I didn't call it, but I then called it again in the fourth quarter. I have to explain that to you. But that ain't my issue. Ron, I want to get into, because I know I'm a bit older than you dudes. I love the fact that I love the fact that we had two dudes who accepted their matchups. Şengün accepted the matchup with Joker. Joker accepted the matchup with Şengün. We live in a space where we have a lot of mismatch hunting, where a lot of guys are trying to get bigs onto smalls. All of that stuff happens, but Şengün accepted the matchup with Joker. This is my guy. I'm gonna deal with him all night long. Same thing with Joker. I'm gonna deal with Şengün, and I felt like Şengün took advantage of that. I felt like Şengün, he saw Joker in drop, and he took what Joker gave him. If Joker is in drop and Şengün is in the mid post, I'm shooting this. If he's gonna die, if Joker's gonna crowd me, I'm gonna get off the ball. I think he took what Joker gave him. Joker did the same thing with him. If you're gonna back off me at the long ball line, I'm cracking this. But I think that with these two guys accepting their matchups, I think that was the best part of the game for me.
I'm for the Rockets. For me being critical of the Rockets, how many times is it gonna come down to the end of the game and KD don't get the last fucking shot? Like Şengün shooting that motherfucker and turn around like he goddamn.
Yeah, that three was crazy. And you had like 5 seconds. I think Şengün thought they were gonna foul up 3. So
we need to quit doing all like my dad say, Bars, quit doing all that starting.
Did KD get shot?
KD took one shot. KD took one midi pull up.
Okay, because I don't remember him shooting in overtime.
He missed it, I think. I think he took one.
He missed it.
What's new, y'all?
But my point is like, at what point did we get Kevin Durant for? Like, what did we get Kevin Durant for if he never gonna take the shot at the end of the game?
You got Kevin Durant for that 25 he gonna give you every time.
Yeah, but we need him to get one of them points, two out of them 25 or 3 out of them 25 need to be the last shot if it's the last shot of the game.
Drench, y'all got KD to do what he is best at. Be a glorified second option.
Oh, here we go.
Oh man.
There we go.
I'm not gonna co-sign that, but I'm just gonna say that shot was ridiculous. Whether Şengün thought they was gonna foul him or not, cool. I mean, it was just ridiculous, to be honest. It was a 2-point game or was it a 3-point game? At that point,
3. They were down 3.
First of all, I didn't understand why Ime called the timeout. Honestly, I didn't understand why he called timeout. He let him come all the way up, cross half court, and he called a timeout. I didn't understand that. But
because I don't think he could have. Well, he could have advanced the ball. I think that's why
he had brought the ball up the court.
Yeah, that part I didn't get. I was like, he could advance the ball.
And they wasn't going. It's not like they were going to foul. Chill. Like it's not like they was finna foul. Like my thing is, if they were going to foul, it would be on a dead ball. Like it would be when y'all inbounding and we just herb and foul you real fast, I guess. If they were, but for him to just call a timeout like that. I don't like that because the Rockets suck out of sideline, out of bounds. Like for as far as like at the end of the game, we clearly got an issue with that shit.
Ox, the more I watch him, he reminds me of Mark Price. I love what I'm seeing. I love the confidence. I love the swag about this kid. I love how he comes off screens. I love how when he's open, he's shooting the basketball.
Who are you talking about?
Reed Shepard. About this kid, Reed Shepard.
He was a brick yesterday, but he made a couple big ones.
Yeah, he made a couple big shots, but I didn't see none of that coming off.
Reminds me of Mark Price
last night.
And you guys got to straighten me out because when we talk a lot about Amen Thompson, we talk about the potential of shooting. One or two things is going on here. Because I've seen Amen Thompson knock down a shot. I've seen him do that. I've seen him knock down a mid-range shot. I've seen him knock down the 3-ball. I have seen him. When I watch him come off screens where he's wide open, 16, 17 feet, one or two things is going on. Either they're telling him not to shoot that or he can't, period.
Both.
He bet not shoot it. Like,
it's both.
They're telling him not
It's both.
And if you're gonna be, I think if you're gonna be a good team, Drench, I think that if this team is gonna get to where they're trying to get to, when he comes off that screen, he's got to learn how to consistently.
I don't necessarily.
Let's play a game of more or less. Shout out to Splash Sports. Amen Thompson field goal percentage on 2-point jump shots, more or less than 25%. Chill.
Less.
Okay. Yes, you are correct. 22.9%.
What?
Amen Thompson, 2-point jump
shots.
shots. Amen Thompson.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's flat ass shit.
Amen Thompson on 3-point shots, more or less than 20%.
I'm going to take the less.
Okay, you are correct. 18%.
God damn, how do you get less than fucking 20?
Amen Thompson on floaters, more or less than 40%.
I'm going to take the less.
You are correct. 39% on floaters. Amen Thompson on layups, more or less than 50%. Does Amen Thompson make more or less than half of his layups?
More.
I'm going to take the less.
Chill is going to take the less.
Gotta be
more.
Gotta be more. Okay, so we got 2 lesses, 3 mores. 48% on layups, Amen Thompson.
Damn.
Thank you guys for joining us on More or Less with Amen Thompson. Yeah, the guy can't score the ball. There you go. The guy can't score the ball.
So Mark, I'm not
playing that baseline
one
for
injury
some
away
dunks.
from being Ben Simmons.
No, he's still more aggressive as a scorer. Amen doesn't know he can't score the ball. That's the difference between him
until he
and
get
Ben
hurt, he gonna know. When
Ben Simmons knew he couldn't score, and it ended up becoming a detriment. Amen Thompson is still in the ignorant stage. He doesn't know yet.
He think he had OTE still. He think he's.
I want to see, and this is why Amen Thompson is a wing. He's not. You can't put the ball in someone's hands who can't score like at all. To Chill's point about Jalen Suggs and whatever in the Orlando point guard. He's not a threat to score, and teams know he's not a threat to score. So he's trying to barrel his way to the rim, and it's why his rim quality has gone down drastically. It's because he can't score from outside of 8 feet. So he's trying to just start throwing things up, and it's looking bad. And I don't think Amen's this bad. Like, I don't think that this is indicative of his true quality. But when you don't have him roaming the baseline and getting his easy duckings and his putbacks and whatnot, you end up seeing, he's a very limited scorer, very limited. But you put him in his off-ball role. Yeah, exactly. And you put him in his off-ball role offensively, and you allow him to be the menace he is on defense with the athleticism and all that great stuff, and then the passing capability is all there. That's great. Putting the ball in his hands where teams can just ignore him, it's problematic. And I think that's what
he actually had some downhill. He had some downhill stuff yesterday. He had some wiggle in him where he got to the rim, and I was impressed with that. But to actively give him space, Ron, where I dare you. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, like, what are you doing in the offseason? There has to be that's where I get my confidence from. I've been working on this. This is where I get this from. And I'm watching him get switched on the Joker. But I'm watching him get switched on the Joker, and he's at the long ball line at the break, Ron, and Joker is standing at least 5 feet away from him with his arms crossed, like, I dare you. And I'm thinking to myself, my man, are you going to at least look at the basket? What were you doing this offseason?
Chill. I'm going to tell you,
Mars, what is a star?
Players work on the same
which
shit
really
now.
quickly got me to thinking, they're telling him not to shoot that. They are.
Mars, what is Asar Thompson shooting on corner threes this year? Want to play more or less on that?
Corner threes, Asar.
I think you're gonna be a little.
You gotta give me the number so I can say more or less. You gotta give me the number.
30%, more or less.
I'm gonna say less on 30.
How many is he shooting?
I'm gonna go more.
Nah, because men had the fake corner three shooting last year, so I'm gonna say he's shooting more than 30%.
Wait, Pin, don't do the Angel Reese thing you tried to pull. How many?
We don't need one. If he is 1 for 1, he's 100%. I'm gonna take the more on 30%.
Yeah, I'm gonna go more too.
More on 30% from the corner. Am I correct?
According to Basketball Reference, you are correct.
What's he at? 31?
40.
He's 2
40.
for 5.
Oh yeah. Laura, you stay where you at.
He probably
We got a shooter.
Let's look up. If this man is 2 for 5, I'm gonna be mad.
Chill. To your
Yes,
point about a man working on some shit, I'm telling you, a lot of players work on the same shit that they already know how to do in the offseason. That should be baffling to me. Like I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you working on coming off the pick and roll and dunking it? Like I already know
you're already good at that.
Yeah, you've been dunking since the 6th grade.
Asar Thompson is 2 for 5 from the corner this season.
Yeah, sir.
You're already good at that, Drink.
So I'm talking about.
I be saying that all the time. Like I don't.
He's
get
2 for 4 from the right corner. To be fair, 2 for 4.
I don't get
50%. If you could stay away from the left corner, you great.
How do you expect to get better, Drink? How? If you just working on,
I see it a lot. I see either I see a lot of players work on things that they're not going to do in the game, like Jared Vanderbilt working on his pick and roll, dribbling and shooting and shit like that, step back, jump shot, dumb shit like that. I see that, or I see them working on shit that they already know how to do, like they working on shit like driving and dunking. Like I don't think when I'm working out, like I work out my homeboy, right. We work out every day, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yep. Only time we usually dunk is like at the end of the week. Like he already knows how to dunk. Like, what do we like? And he do it to get in shape, but we usually just dunk at the end, like on a Friday. I'll be like, all right, bro, you got your legs, let's dunk it. But for the most part, he need to work on shooting. So we're doing a lot of shooting. We're doing a lot of pick, pop, shot. We're doing a lot of off the bounce shooting. We're doing a lot of turnarounds. We're doing a lot of things that if he got a charge last year, it's probably because he could have shot it. Like we're doing a lot of those. And by the way, for him to shoot 71% in the EuroLeague now, hey man, I must know a little something. That's all I'm saying. I must know what I'm doing. But at some point, no way a man is working on his jump shot. You can't tell me that. Like, if you were working on it,
yes,
we would see.
We see some of like the stuff like he and his team put out. We see he's working on it, but with the degree in which he is, we don't know. But we see,
to the degree, obviously, the degree.
Yeah, we see what they let us see.
I'm saying, if you truly were working on something, you would have confidence to do it in the game. You would have confidence to make it in the game.
He has confidence
if you truly were.
I think they're telling him not to do it, Penn. I do.
Cause he's not making it. He's not working on it. Ain't no way.
It's not in Houston's best interest to let an 18% shooter shoot threes. It's not.
Yeah, he's not making it.
Yo, fellas,
you gotta be competent in practice before you can be competent in the game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like they're watching that shit in practice and saying, "Nah, fuck nah."
Regardless of whether he's working on it, is broke as hell. That's what we do know. What we also do know.
Yeah, one for 9 run in the last 5 games at the long ball line.
It should be 0 for 0.
Take the less on it. That's all I know. And while you're at it on Splash Sports, playing the more or less game that we were just playing earlier, just know tonight we have a promo. I know that's not full screen and all of that. It may be hard to see, but as you guys,
where the hell am I at?
60%, or you get a 50% boost on Wemby and Brunson on quick picks tonight for the NBA Cup. And I can show you guys a little better than what's on the screen. Let me put this on the screen. This should help a little bit more. So as you guys can see, this is my Splash Sports dashboard. I go to Splash Sports and I see a bunch of players.
Damn, you got some money on that motherfucker.
We'll take the less on OG and Anunoby just because we'll do that. We'll take the more on Mitchell Robinson just because I'm feeling good on that. And do we have anything in Min Thompson? No, we don't. But what we do have, when you look up here, let me zoom in. A player's choice 50% boost. This is for Jalen Brunson, 20 points. Or $20. You at least have to play $20. You have to make 2 to 4 picks, but you will get a 50% boost. Same thing for Victor Wembanyama. You will get a 50% boost. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take JB and I'm gonna take Hemby, and we'll put a hundo on it, and we'll get 1,200 back. That's how we rocking on Splash Sports. Y'all go ahead and do the same thing. Also, by the way, Splash of the Day, Cooper Flag, the only 18-year-old or the youngest player ever to score 40 or more points. Shout out to Cooper Flag. Fellas, we do got super chat.
Definitely
so
the only 18-year-old, by the way. He was right. He's the only 18-year-old to ever score 40. And he might be forever, because I don't know if they're going to change this one and done thing. He might be the only ever 18-year-old to score 40 in the NBA.
Shout out Mr. Cooper, for real. But all right, fellas, we got super chat. So the first super chat I'm going to jump to is from
Santa Monica Studios, huh?
Nah, but
Damn.
Close. Cowboy Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bob Solo said at Mars, you disagreed on Sunday, but yesterday you said you agreed by upgrading Vassell. Kelly Oubre, ? Whom would pick? Knicks and Spurs defense is going to be tested. Both teams have Mr. Clutch. Go New York, go.
Hey, Mars, you know when I said Devin Vassell was better than Jalen Green?
Yeah.
Are y'all on that train or are y'all still off that train?
I'm still off that train. I seen what Jalen Green did that one game.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Just wait till we healthy. Just wait till we healthy.
I'm just saying. I feel like Devin Vassell was better than him, but
you forgot about the start of the next game too before you got injured.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, like
it's not just one game.
Exactly.
It's not like my Asar Thompson 2 for 5 from the corner.
Exactly.
We have a full game and almost a quarter of data to suggest that Jalen Green has leveled up.
His debut only after Charles Barkley. So that's.
Hey man, I've been saying Devin Vassell was better than Jalen Green since like the second year of Jalen Green NBA career. But hey,
that's because Jalen Green was on your team, so you saw more of the negatives. But
it's always like that.
It's the inside road talk with Luka Doncic right now. He's just seeing more of the negatives because he watches.
No, I still.
It's gonna be out of sight, out of mind with Jalen Green. You're gonna see the good moments now. He in Phoenix, and you gonna
Jalen Green better than Devin Vassell, and that's not the only person he better than.
Exactly, Kevin Durant too, right?
I could get with that.
Yeah, I can't get with
Houston. All I know, Houston last year with Jalen Green as the leading scorer, number 2 seed. Houston this year with Kevin Durant as the leading scorer, what, 5 seed? Okay. All
right.
Yeah. Efficiency gimmick not working now, is it?
Fred VanVleet out, street clothes doesn't matter. Okay, cool.
Am I listening?
Fred VanVleet missed games last year,
because I'm 100% confident, Ron, that I almost got ran over by a dump truck. Because you have to trade for Kevin Durant because it's Kevin mother effing Durant. But now
you still do. Yeah, you still do. Absolutely. Yeah, you still.
Okay.
Man, they can make the trade again. They still
hold on. Who they're really missing is Dylan Brooks. Let's not lie here.
Yes, that is a big deal too, Penn, by the way.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks quietly cooking over in Phoenix. That's basically his team now. So
wait till Jalen Green comes back. He'll get back to his regular way.
Jalen Green ain't coming back. They got Gillespie out there. It's over with.
Yeah.
But, all right, y'all. I got a super chat from Julius Irvin. Julius said, Mars, you're milking it. Cade is on SGA's level. Cade is just as impactful. He's on a much worse team. Give Cade a favorable whistle and better players, and he's 32-10 easy. Do you see how Cade's gets guarded?
I feel like 32-10 is
I do find it amazing that like people can be like, everyone can have different opinions. I do think that's cool. Like we can all watch basketball, and some people can watch basketball and come to a conclusion that Cade is just as good as SGA. Like I think that's amazing that you can watch the same sport I'm watching, and you can be like, yeah, I'm watching this sport, and this Cade guy just as good as this SGA guy. Like you can actually come to that conclusion.
Keep cooking, Julius. Keep cooking.
Shout out to you, man. Like that's fantastic.
And Julius, you ain't cook enough. You could have cooked a little more. Should send through a $2 super chat. I got you, Julius. We'll cook up some more. But in the meantime, STT38 said, I feel like I'm going to have to sell my soul to get Luka his 3-ball back. 24 to 38% with LA. Last year, 37%.
Yeah, he hasn't shot the 3 particularly well. He's at what on the season? 32% on the season, which is more in line with what he did in 2020, which is not ideal.
And just so you know, Mars,
law of averages will come there.
For the record, Mars, SGA goes to the stripe. He gets almost 10 free throws a game. And Cade gets almost 8 free throws a game. That's going to the stripe one more time than me. That's it.
Cade is nearly 8 free throws a game?
Yeah. He's only going to the stripe one more time than me.
Cade is like 9.9.
And Cade play ethical basketball too. So just imagine once he gets
he's only going to the stripe one more time than I am.
Getting to the
per
line
game.
more this year. Shout out to Cade, man.
Same.
Just imagine
I mean,
once he
you're talking about that
realizes he got that
favorable whistle
superstar
logic.
whistle and he starts
Hey,
doing
well,
this.
I think y'all worry about
that.
the wrong conversation. We need to be asking Penn, do he still think Scotty is better than Cade? That's the real conversation right there. We want to ask you, hey, you gotta
Well, if he
climb
better
the
than
ladder.
Kobe, if he
That's
better
the
than Kobe,
second time you've dragged Scotty Barnes into a conversation he is not really a part of, and you're gonna force my hand to say yes. I still think Scotty is a better player.
Okay.
so wait,
There
rank
you
them.
have it.
Cade, rank them. Scotty, Cade, and Kobe.
Kobe when?
98, 99.
The Kobe you
Bryant.
was talking about. The Kobe. You was
98,
So
talking
the
99
context
Kobe
of the conversation was
I
simply
don't need
put.
the context. Just the
No,
Kobe
no, no.
you was
The
talking about. That's all I want to know.
The context of the conversation is very important. It was not a Scotty Kobe comparison. Okay, that's not what we were doing there. We were saying
What were we
that
doing, Ben?
we were saying that
Kobe Barnes would be the best player on the team.
no,
Kobe was on his team. That's what he said.
no.
He
What we were
definitely said
saying,
that.
what we were saying was, in order for a championship team to win, your best player doesn't have to be your best scorer. What I was
Yep.
saying is that for Kevin Garnett to win a championship, even sniff success in the playoffs, he needed to have scorers on his team like Latrell Sprewell, Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Paul
right.
Pierce. He needed those guys,
got
right?
Mhm.
So Shaq never won without Kobe or D Wade. So we don't think less of Shaq because he needed an isolation scorer and a bucket getter to get him there, right?
Mhm.
We don't think less of Tim Duncan because he needed Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker. We don't think less of that. Everyone needs help. But when it comes to players like, for Scotty Barnes, for some reason, people don't see his defensive elevation, his playmaking, and everything that he does because, he's not averaging 24 points per game. All I said was Scotty Barnes can be a light version of Scottie Pippen or, something like Kevin Garnett or something like that. And he could still
So we
have
could
like a
win more.
27 point per
So
game
can we get the
scorer on
ranking,
his
though?
team.
Thank
Can
you.
we get the
No,
ranking?
because you just said that Kobe. You just said Shaq needed Kobe and D Wade. You said that KG needed Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Latrell. And so, what does Scotty Barnes have to do with this?
Kevin Garnett's
talking
still a better
about-
player than Paul Pierce, and Paul Pierce is
That's
still
what
a
we're
better
trying to
bucket
figure out the
getter.
ranking.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
and in your
Exactly.
comparison, Scotty Barnes is a better player than Kobe. So
Yeah.
can we
Penn's
get
going-
the
98
ranking?
Kobe.
Scotty Barnes, yes. Okay, so the Kobe you
Okay.
was talking about. Can
98,
we get the
99
ranking?
Kobe.
By the way, all NBA Kobe Bryant. So
You guys
Kobe
are missing
Barnes,
that Scotty Barnes
Cade
shouldn't be in this
Cunningham,
conversation
and
with
Kobe
Shaq
Bryant.
and Kevin
Can we get
Garnett.
the ranking 1 through 3?
Was Kobe All NBA in 98?
98,
No,
99?
that was year
season
2.
You said you was talking about because you said
This
2000, but you said no,
but
you
So,
meant
year,
99.
so year 3.
So we're gonna say
No,
the
chill.
Kobe,
This
the
Scotty
Kobe
Barnes-
you said you was talking about.
Yes.
Can we get the ranking 1 through 3?
This Scotty
Cade
Barnes
Cunningham,
in
Kobe.
99, Kobe aren't
Scotty,
winning anything.
Kobe, Scotty, Cade, Kobe. 98
Okay, so we
Kobe.
got Scotty
If
Barnes,
we go to
Cade,
2000
Kobe.
Kobe, then Kobe, Scotty, Cade.
We don't care.
But
Scotty
Pin,
Barnes,
but
Cade,
Pin.
Kobe. Okay.
So you're telling me that Scotty and that Kobe are winning something?
Yeah, for sure.
Like what? What are they winning?
Yeah, so
He
Lowry
thinks
on the
that- he
Pistons
thinks that-
ain't
he
beating
thinks that-
OKC.
A barbershop
99 Kobe
conversation.
on the Raptors.
He thinks
beat
that,
OKC.
and I don't know if I hate it. I'm not sure, but Penn thinks that this Scotty Barnes affects the game more as not the best scorer than Bryant did in 98, 99. Bryant needs to be more of the best scorer. And Cade, I'm not kidding.
No, I'm
sorry.
saying if
Scotty
you put
doesn't.
Scotty Barnes on the same team as 98 Kobe, I think the defensive impact and the rebounding, playmaking, and overall
Kobe's a
impact
better
of-
defender than Scotty Barnes.
Yeah,
though.
if I say 99 Kobe,
No,
a better
I think
defender
no,
than
y'all
Scotty
missing the
Barnes.
point. Y'all missing
You
the
are
point. Y'all got let him finish
revoltingly,
because y'all missing the
like,
point. Y'all
I
missing the
don't
point.
I don't even know if you're being serious, Jordan, but I feel
how
like
dare you,
you're
Jordan.
just
Yeah,
being crazy.
disgusting.
But Jordan, you're missing the point. He's not even saying about who's better. It's about the fact that Kobe will be the scorer, Scotty will be the best player, but them together, he thinks that they're
Basically,
winning.
Kobe would be the upgraded
And-
Brandon Ingram. Basically,
And they're not
Yeah.
winning.
I see the
That's my
vision
point.
now, actually. Thank you, Mars.
Yeah. All I'm saying is we have this
I mean, but you're also
expression that your
saying that
best
Scotty
player
would be
has to
better
be
than
your
Kobe,
best
though.
bucket getter, and I just don't believe that's the case. I don't think your best player has to be tween merchant. I don't think your best player has to be a 30-point per game scorer. And I believe that if you had put, and Ox, this goes to your point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you have said something to the effect of if Scottie Pippen had another mega score like I don't
He
know,
had
Mitch Richmond.
If he had
Bingo.
Mitch Richmond.
What, is he a better player than Mitch Richmond?
Who? Scotty?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, but Pin, I already agree with you. I agree with you already.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I already agree with you
Yeah,
about
but this
your
is
best
what-
player
this is
doesn't
what
have
I
to be your best
disagree
scorer.
at.
So you this isn't about me because I
Yeah.
100% am
Yeah,
on
but
that.
this is
Like,
where I
yeah.
disagree at. Kobe's
But
a better
but-
defender than him and a better
No, he's
offensive
not.
player than him. So I don't.
98,
and-
99,
I don't
Kobe
get-
98
Bryant.
Kobe was 20 years old. He is not a better
98,
it doesn't
defender than
matter.
Scotty
99
Barnes.
Bryant.
so he's not bad because he's 20.
I'll
Right, it
take
doesn't
Kobe.
matter.
He's never
Kobe
been
Bryant, the
better.
better defender and
Oh, he's
offensive
never
player
been
than
better.
Scotty
This
Barnes.
is
at
third
that
year
age.
Bryant, by the way. Third team All NBA
Yeah,
Bryant. That's
he's
the
a better
no,
he's a
no.
better defender
What
and
tier?
offensive
One more time
player
for the
and
people in the
defensive
back.
player than Scotty
This is
Barnes.
third year. This is third year Bryant, third team All NBA Bryant that we talking about.
Hey,
98
Scotty
All-NBA
Barnes,
Bryant.
get on the team first and then talk to me. All right?
Scotty is basically on track for third team
Get on the
this
team
year.
first and then
And
talk
the
to me.
league is a hell of a lot better than
Cade is on
99,
track for
2000.
first team, but you think
Get on the
way better than
team
Cade?
first
That is true.
and then talk to me about Kobe Bryant talk.
Do you, man?
I guess. I mean,
Next
I
super
guess.
chat from Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed said, despite Flag dropping 42 points, the Utah duo of Keynote and Laurie was cooking last night.
It seems like they look like they're getting it together.
My
That's
man
all I got to
Keno.
say about Utah. Now I know that the tank activation, that button will be pressed really soon, but it looked like they're getting it together. It does.
Yeah, they're just then. You know they're not the worst defense in the league statistically.
They are not. They are not.
It's the Clippers, right?
I don't think so. I think the Clippers are below them, but I don't think that's
Is
the
it
worst.
Washington? Is it
It
Pelicans?
is the Wizards. It's the Jazz are third worst, then the Pelicans, but the Jazz and Pelicans are like right there, and then the Wizards are like clearly the worst defense. 124 defensive rating.
How do you even sell tickets if you're the Washington Wizards? Welcome to hell. Welcome to
You give 'em a hot
purgatory.
dog?
Like,
I
what
know
do
how
you-
they sell
No,
tickets.
for what it's
And they-
worth,
and they- and they-
I keep my eye on the Wizards
Sure.
from time to time.
I
Like,
do too, me too.
I'll tap in a little bit. They put together stretches of decent basketball within games. Then they capitulate. But like they put together stretches where it's like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then they'll show flashes of talent within like certain guys. Marvin Bagley had a good game the other night.
Shout out Marvin.
Shout out to my 2018 redraft king, Marvin Bagley. But yeah, like they got flashes of talent. I think that's what it is. That's what you're selling people on. You're selling people on flashes, and you're selling people on upside and potential and all that good stuff.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Christos Karasoulis. Christos said, keep doubting the Knicks and Brunson in big games. Penn, you should have learned after we spanked that ass. The Toronto's Raptors.
Yeah, I really loved how you spanked Chucky Hepburn and AJ Lawson. Like, what are you doing?
Respect Chucky Hepburn. You was glazing him in preseason because he was getting steals. I don't forget.
He is a big part of why the Raptors 905 are off to their greatest start in franchise history. But let's not pretend like him getting minutes in an NBA Cup do or die game wasn't a recipe for disaster. Yo, the Knicks are great. The Knicks are awesome. I love what the New York Knicks are doing. I think they're a really good team. I expected the Raptors to lose that game. 100%. I expected the Raptors to lose that game. But don't act like the Spurs being healthy are like beating the hospice Raptors. Emmanuel Quickley didn't play that game. RJ Barrett didn't play that game. Jakob Poeltl looked like an ass version of himself.
Oh, the Raptors 905 are 13-0.
Yes, that is history.
905. Hey, maybe y'all could just swap spots with the Kings or somebody. We'll work
Ron,
on
who you got in a 7-game series? Raptors 905 or the OKC Thunder? Okay, cool. All right.
Plus 16 net rating. Yeesh. Good work.
All right, we got a super chat from Chunky Jake. Run him down every 2 weeks. Chunky Jake said, Penn's basketball view is reliant on this thing where he assumes athletes' emotions. Funny that Wemby's interview and Caruso's tweet, two of his guys both went against what he preaches.
What I preach.
I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't listen that much.
I'm just
Me
gonna
neither.
assume Chucky Jake is right.
I agree with him.
No, Chucky Jake is wrong. What Chucky Jake said last show was wrong as hell. And probably what he's saying is this time is wrong. It's a pattern of behavior. Just be wrong all the time. Send another super chat to clarify what the hell you meant so we can tell you you're wrong for sure.
I'll stand with you, Chucky. But the next super chat is from MP134. My man MP13 said, I feel like you guys have this same discussion every 2 to 3 or every 3 to 4 months. Didn't you guys say the same things last year?
There's only so much to talk about. Yeah, we do have. I assume that's about the in the conversation.
Yeah.
There's a couple conversations that are going to be reused on this platform a lot. One is the in the conversation, and the other one is why is there so many injuries? So that's the other conversation that's going to get recycled every once in a while. Once another superstar goes down with a calf strain, there's going to be injuries. What's going on in the NBA? Like,
low top sneakers. I promise you, Ron. It's them damn low top sneakers.
Yeah, so we're gonna have the same conversations every once in a while. It's
what about the is LeBron washed now conversation? Is Steph washed? Is KD washed?
Yeah.
Washed conversation that is also
that'll happen
very
after
repetitive.
every bad game they have.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, this is right now a good time to shout out to all of our Hall of Famers. These certain individuals, select individuals, honored individuals here on the Players' Choice platform go by the name of Moti Kinney, Daddy Pigs, Kingster, Worldwide Mace Television, Rob Deere, Delsky, Teddy Hart, Cheese, Bulletproof, Vale, D&E MLV, Drago FC, Small Boxes, and once again, Delsky. Speaking of, he just sent through a super chat. You come up to the top row, buddy. He just sent through a super chat and said, ceiling raising is always greater than floor raising. I'd rather have a roof over my head than a nice floor to sleep on. Ooh, bars.
So Michael
True
Jordan better.
one,
Michael Jordan
protect
better
you
than
from the
LeBron
elements.
James. Confirmed. Okay, cool.
I do probably value ceiling raising more, but I think most like truly great ceiling raisers also are floor raisers. You're not always gonna have ceiling raisers in the like form of Draymond Green. Like most, like LeBron James is a floor and ceiling raiser. He's probably a better floor raiser than a ceiling raiser, but he can do both. MJ can do both. Like Kevin Durant could do both. Steph could do both. Like these guys, like they're gonna make a bad team better. They're gonna make a great team
face, Ron?
better.
What's wrong with your face, Ron?
I've seen no floor raiser from that one guy.
Which one guy?
Mars, can you think of a? Can you think of an exception?
Which one guy?
Rule?
Ho, Pin. Which
I've
one
seen
guy?
no floor raising.
From who?
Who you talking about, Ron?
Y'all know who I'm talking about. Come on.
We don't know who you're
That's all
talking
we
about.
asking.
I haven't seen Kevin Durant do any floor raising.
Huh.
Significant floor raising. I haven't.
He was right that we didn't have time for that. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't. We don't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I 1000% thought he was talking about Steph and was gonna bring up him.
That's what I thought he was.
That's what I thought. I was gonna be like, yeah, we're not gonna do this, but yeah, I forgot he has that KD.
Now Steph got real carryability, man. Steph got real carryability.
Yes, he
I
does.
agree.
Shout out to Steph.
Like
Steph
I
can raise the
Kevin
floor
Durant
too.
I seen Kevin Durant play point guard for half a season without Russ and lead to like the best offense in the NBA, but he's just never floor raised in his life.
Ron, are you okay when it comes to KD, Ron? Are you all right?
I'm telling the truth. The
No,
boy
you're not,
a glorified number two
Just
option, and he
Kevin
don't do
Durant,
floor raise like that.
Kevin Durant's Oklahoma City Thunder won 50 games with a year 2 Russ rookie James Harden and got to the playoffs when he came second.
And a
in
nightmare
MVP
Western
year
Conference,
3.
Ron. Are you?
But he's never floor
Russ
raised.
and a rookie
But
James
year
Harden.
2 Westbrook,
Both was on the Olympic team the
rookie
next
James
year.
Harden.
Both was on the
50
Olympic
games.
team the next year.
That was 2 years later.
All right, 2 years later, they both was on. Russ was
Yeah,
on.
they got better.
Ron, do you understand what floor raising means, Ron?
They got better.
I'm much higher on KD than Ron is. Much higher on KD than Ron is. But that glorified number 2 option statement is not crazy.
And neither is the floor raising shit. You still,
That's fine.
You still had 2 future Hall of Famers.
Well, no, Ron, I gotta disagree.
Because I can do the same thing with SG. I can do
So
the
then when
KD does some floor
when
raising,
did you
Ron.
see
KD
Steph
absolutely does.
Hold on. I mean, the conversation isn't about Steph.
Well, I said his name too, but you said one of them.
You can say Steph too. Steph can get put in this.
No, we should say neither of them. That's what we should be saying.
I'm talking about Kevin Durant. Y'all can talk about Steph if y'all want to. I'm not excluding you guys from doing that. I'm talking about Kevin Durant. Because if that's the case, then I can't jack SGA for when Chet was in his second year and J-Dub was in his first year, or when they both was rookies or both in their second year and they came first place in the Western Conference. I can't jack SGA from that too then, because they was young players. So SGA carried them, right? With no help. SGA just carried him. He floor raised them, right?
SGA definitely floored in Chet's rookie year when they were in the play-in. When they were projected to win 22 games,
I thought they were going to be garbage, trash.
Shea floor raised that team.
So what about the next year? So what about the next year?
The next year when they won 57 games,
floor raising, or were they good? I would
also say that's floor raising. Yeah.
See, I disagree. That look, the year before that, you could potentially say that, but that's a precursor.
I think you can do both. I think both can happen simultaneously. Shea very obviously raises the floor of OKC's offense, but their defense raises the ceiling, and Shea contributes to that. I think you can do both simultaneously. I don't think it's one or the other. And I hate when we just, this guy's floor raising, therefore he's not a ceiling raiser. No, you can be both. Shea is both simultaneously floor raising and ceiling raising an amazing OKC team. Kevin Durant has both simultaneously floor raised and ceiling rose teams throughout his career. James Harden has both simultaneously floor rose and ceiling rose teams throughout his career. Steph Curry has both simultaneously floor rose and ceiling rose teams throughout his career. Even on the same team, you can do both simultaneously.
Raising a team with Russell Westbrook. I don't care.
Yes, you are.
This
yes,
year
you are, Ron.
or his
yes, you are,
year,
Ron.
You're
yes,
not more raising a team with Russell Westbrook.
Yes, you are, Ron. Yes,
and
you
James Harden and Serge Ibaka. You're not doing that.
First and foremost, this is what you leave out, Ron. You leave out the fact that Russell Westbrook, when he got on that Oklahoma City team, I had to move to the lead guard spot.
What does that have to do? That has nothing to do with him as a ball player. It does.
It had everything to do with him because I don't know how to do that.
I just want to clarify.
What's going on, Ron?
This is an OKC team that came off winning 23 games, right? They
Garbage.
win 50 games the next year. This is the Serge Ibaka who's coming off the bench, playing less than 20 minutes a game. I believe Serge is a rookie. I believe he's a rookie.
We have no idea who he is.
This is James Harden, his rookie.
Wait. What year are we talking about?
09-10. 09-10.
Yes. They won 50 games. For Russ.
Kevin Durant wins the scoring title. Kevin Durant is second in MVP at 21 years old. The team wins 50 games after winning 23 the year before. This is rookie James Harden, who is shooting 40% from the field. This is rookie Serge Ibaka, who's coming off the bench, playing less than 20 minutes per game. This is Russell Westbrook in year 2, averaging 16 on 41% from the field and 22% from 3. And they won 50 games.
Talk about Jeff Green. Why don't you want to talk about Jeff Green too? Since you know everybody on the roster. Talk about Jeff Green too.
This is Jeff Green in year 3.
Same year as KD.
Jeff Green in year 3. Jeff Green in year 3.
You guys have the names we're naming off.
Averaging 15. This is Jeff Green averaging 15. So I just want to put out there. Kevin Durant doubled his next
Cabo Cephalosha, second team all
Is this not a definition of floor raising when we're doing Cephalosha
that year? No, what I'm saying is this was a good ass team. This was a good.
No, it wasn't. Not yet.
3 Hall of Famers. Yes, so why'd they win 50 games?
Because of Kevin Durant.
All right, y'all.
That's why.
All right. So why was they in the championship next year?
So
were they in the championship next year because of Kevin Durant only?
This year?
Were they in the championship next year because of Kevin Durant only?
2 years later.
Or did Russell Westbrook and James Harden learn how to play basketball?
2 years later. 2 years later. They improved.
At what point?
Ron.
Okay, at what point did Russell Westbrook and James Harden learn how to play basketball and start being
how to play? They improved. What are we doing? They improved.
This nigga don't be raising no damn floor. He don't raise no fucking floor.
No, Ron, you're right.
He don't raise no fucking floor. He don't. 2 Hall of Famers, Hall of Famers, Olympians, MVPs. Hall of Famers, Olympians, MVPs. Hall of Famers, Olympians, MVPs. He was not making them better. They were just young. Them boys were studs.
I said they got better. I never said KD made them better. I said they got better.
Hey, them was
2 years later when they were in the finals, Russell Westbrook was a better player than he was 2 years prior. James Harden was a much better player than he was 2 years prior. Exactly. Yeah, they got better. That's how they got to the finals.
Okay, but
in 2010, before Russell Westbrook had ascended to that level, before James Harden had ascended to that level, before Serge had ascended to that level, yes, Kevin Durant was floor raising that team. That does not mean the team had no talent. That's not what floor raising means. Because this Pistons team that everyone seems to agree, Cade is floor raising, has talent. I remember 2 weeks ago, you made a title about the next up and coming centers and called Jalen Duren an all-star. You did that. And he's on Cade's team. So we're not going to act like Cade also doesn't have talent, but we know he's floor raising. Jalen Duren might be an all-star this year. Asar Thompson is going to walk onto an all-defensive team this year. But we can still acknowledge that Cade is floor raising. The same way that Kevin Durant floor raised that team in 2010. In 2014, when Russ missed half the season and Cade was still dragging that team to elite offensive heights with him playing point guard at 7 feet. He was their point guard. That was floor raising. He did these things. So Kevin Durant has absolutely floor rose in his career. To say he has
1.5 seasons.
You said he never has.
1.5 seasons.
You said he never has.
All right, KD. Hey, KD's this miraculous floor raiser. That's what he is. He
Okay,
turns floors into
say
ceilings.
say things.
He turns floors into ceilings. All right.
Okay.
Can we just define floor raising for a second here? Because y'all having circular debates around floor raising. I have always looked at it as
time to get into this. I gotta bounce. I apologize. We will pick this up again.
I define it as how far would you take a team of 4 league average replacement players? If I put you with 4 league average replacement players and bench average players, like the most average dudes, I'm not talking bargain basement Orlando Robinsons of the world. I'm not talking about like G leaguers. I'm talking the most average neutral dudes. What can you do with that lineup? And to me, the greatest floor raiser in the NBA is probably Nikola Jokic.
Probably, yeah.
Beyond that, I have probably Giannis, Luka, Shea. And after that, it gets really murky in terms of floor raising because it is not easy to floor lift a lineup without proper spacing, without a secondary scorer, without, elite defense, right? Like how much help Cade has, how much help Jalen Brunson has. Like, look at their teammates. Like, there's a lot of help here. So I just want to throw that out there. Also, I just want to also throw out there that the durability concerns of Brandon Ingram have been alleviated, at least temporarily. Do you know who leads the NBA in minutes played this year?
Is it Brandon Ingram?
It's Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
Shout outs to BI.
Shout out to BI.
Hunter TV said Demon Spencer Jones.
Hey, Ron, you know what's so crazy about the Demon Spencer Jones? All that shit about Cam Johnson is this and Cam Johnson is that. And all the MPJ shit and the tertiary ball handling. That motherfucker was on the bench on the bench last night in that clutch for Spencer Jones.
Spencer Jones was knocking shit down. That's why.
He was knocking shit down. I'm just saying, though, y'all motherfuckers lied about who Cam Johnson was, though. That's just what I want y'all to admit.
Maybe Brooklyn lying about who MPJ is right now.
Oh, they definitely lied about who MPJ is, too. I was telling the truth the whole time. I want motherfuckers to just come out and admit and say I was flat out wrong. Just say you was flat out wrong about Cam Johnson clears, Cam Johnson is this, and just say I was flat out right. This was
when Cam Johnson lock in. When Cam Johnson lock in, just remember.
Even if he lock in,
stay on that side.
That don't matter. Like for y'all, for people to like prop up that trade, like the Denver just got the second coming of Jesus with Cam Johnson.
Nobody said
that. And I'm watching Spencer Jones get the minutes in the fourth.
No, I heard that. Second coming to Jesus. Exactly. I heard that exactly. Second coming to Jesus.
Who said that?
Bro, y'all was saying.
That's what I heard.
Y'all, you in particular, Penn. I can say you because you was up there. You in particular was saying Cam Johnson clears. Cam Johnson do this better. Yeah. He do that better. He does
a lot of things better. He does a lot of things better. He's a better defender. That in and of itself on a team with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray is so valuable to me. So valuable. I think he's a better.
He's not more valuable than being very.
He's a better passer. He's not a better isolation scorer.
19 points per game, shooting 50%.
Are you ignoring what Cam Johnson was doing on this Brooklyn Nets team for the last couple of years? Are you just ignoring?
What fucking doing that
again?
Yeah, I don't even want to have it again.
What Jr. was doing, he wasn't doing that.
Here's the thing, man. Like, you're not going to compare two players that really don't need to be compared. They don't have the same role. They're not on the same context. They're not on the same
One
team.
Player is better than the other. That's why one player is clearly better than the other.
They are not better for what the Nuggets needed, and I don't think you understand the implications of what you're saying, because if you still had Michael Porter Jr. on the Nuggets, you can't afford that nice little bench you got right now. Can't afford it. Because Michael Porter Jr. makes $35+ million.
Cool. Yeah, okay, cool.
So for what the Denver Nuggets needed, for what? No, I'm not shifting shit. I'm telling you, context dependent. He is better. Oh my God, Jordan. I'm not talking about a game of one-on-one. I am talking about what the Denver Nuggets need, and for what the Denver Nuggets need from a durability standpoint, from a role player, from what he does, from the tertiary ball handling, which you love to clown. I think he's a better decision maker. I think he's a better passer. He's connective. And
exactly, but I brought this shit up to Swipe when he said all the same bullshit that you said. What you saying is very
Jordan, I love.
minimal,
I hate to be on the same side as Swiper, but in this case, Swiper's right.
He's not going to handle the ball a lot. He's not going to do the tertiary shit for you to even bring that up as if it's a point. It's not a
Yeah,
point.
well,
Y'all
we are about a
y'all just
quarter into
talking
the
like
season, man.
nerds to try to get some shit off that don't need to be got off. Like you
Well,
brought.
I guess we are
it's
nerds.
irrelevant. It's irrelevant. That's what it is. It's irrelevant. Oh, he's a better connector passer. He's a better decision maker. Like he's making 1,000 decisions in a game. He not.
I mean, he
makes
does
one good
he
decision.
does make 1,000
ego.
decisions in a game.
Sure.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Hunter TV. Hunter said, Frenchie, you got bigger fish to fry. Why the fuck are you in overtime and Kevin Durant doesn't get a single look? And you relying on Şengün ISO plays?
Facts.
I mean, I say the same shit though. You know, I say the same shit, but I don't know the Rock. But you know why though? You know the Rockets had these issues because they need a point guard. That's why they just need They just really need a point guard. I don't know if that's Chris Paul. I don't know who that is, but they need a point guard.
Fred's ACL is on the mend. Don't worry. Fred's ACL is coming back.
No, we off the me and point guard shit. But we just need a point guard. Like that's just the bottom line. Because we really gonna need one when Dorian Finney-Smith come back too. Like for Dorian Finney-Smith to give us our best version of him, he needs to play alongside a point guard. Like he needs to play alongside of somebody that obviously not set him up, but to organize things so he can be way more effective. Like I don't want to hear somebody say he sucks because he's not playing the way he used to play. Yeah, he used to play with somebody that know how to run the game. Like we really need a point, really, really bad. I don't care how many games we win right now. I'm looking at the future. We a second round exit without a point guard.
Jordan Reed sent through a super chat and said, I just watched the video from a different angle. A men's left knee made contact with Hardaway Jr.'s left foot, which made him trip and fall.
Factual.
Sure.
I watched that same angle. Yes, it did happen.
You think you could have called that angle live?
I think reputations matter in that moment, Jordan. I don't
What was
think
the
Tim
reputation?
I don't think Tim Hardaway has a reputation of flopping.
I mean,
So
I just thought
if he just fell,
contact.
well, a man is clearly making contact with him, and he fell. So if he
You
had not
clearly
fallen,
can't- you clearly only see that on a replay on the sky cam that they just brought up out of nowhere. You couldn't see it on none of the angles that they showed. You saw it on the sky cam. That's the only way you can see that foul on the sky cam. Do you know
Okay.
how bad of officiating you have to be? The only way you
well,
can see it
I
on
watched
sky
the
cam?
replay not on the sky cam. I watched the live replay.
And there's no way you saw it live that you saw that he hit his leg. It's impossible. It's no way you saw that.
Jokic's leg is in the way from that angle, but the other referee would have the angle. Now, the referee who called it, her view was likely
It
obstructed.
wasn't even a hurry. It was him who called it.
So was he on the same side as the action?
Yeah, but
Or was
he's so far away. Like he's on the sideline, right? The trip happens on the way up. I'm saying in order for you to see that, we had to look at it on the sky cam in slow motion. In very slow motion for you to see that.
He's a professional referee, man. That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
Right.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from Bandit Huncho. My dog Bandit has been a member for a while. He says, shout out to Keith Van Horn, 40 ball last night.
Damn.
Oh, Coop. Yeah, I forgot.
Shout out to
I
Keith
should have
Van
asked
Horn.
Chill about that, about the Keith Van Horn stuff.
He'll be here tomorrow. We'll talk to him about Keith Van Coop. We got some
Keith
new
Van Coop is
members.
funny.
Listen to me, dude. Became a new member today. Trent Robinson, 2017, also became a new member. Tony Capone became a new member. A pimp named Stepback. There we go. Whew. I got through it. A pimp named Stepback also became a YouTube member. Shout out to my dog Stepback. Khalil Season became a member as well. Salute to them. And Hunter TV just sent through another super chat and said also, fucking all-star, he all NBA. What's he talking
About Jamal Murray, right?
Jamal Murray open all year.
He got a valid claim. I don't know, like right now, if I'd have him on an All NBA team, but if I wouldn't, it's like he's like one of the first guys off. Like that's how well he's been playing this year.
All right, fellas, and last but not least, I'm joking a smoint. Said the Celtics will be better again. Go get Big Zoo. for Tatum and JB next year, Jaylen Brown. I doubt it, but hey, have a blessed week, everyone. LDBC.
That's a ridiculous trade.
No, to
Zubac
add
was
to
installment.
Tatum and Jaylen Brown, not for them. Like,
Oh,
get him
okay,
for
okay.
to benefit them, not for them.
Okay.
So,
I'm about to say that's freaking ridiculous.
When have they shown a willingness to trade for a big who doesn't shoot threes? Robert Williams, like, I mean, they traded him
they
away.
drafted Robert Williams, right?
Yeah, but then they traded him away.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Trade for a big. I mean, how often do they trade for bigs?
I mean, they traded for Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, very low price as well.
Very low price. Yeah.
And I think his rim protection value was what they wanted the most too.
But I think the fact that he spaces the court for your two downhill drivers, like the Celtics prioritize pace and space more than perhaps any team in the league, not named Golden State.
Not so much pace, but yeah, space for sure.
Well, sorry, I do mean space because their pace is all the way down. But yeah, like they like Joe Mazzulla after a game would be like, "Oh, your defense wasn't working. Yeah, our spacing was bad." Like it's just spacing is everything for the Celtics, and it shows. Like when things go right for that team, their spacing principles are next to none. So I just don't see how Zubac necessarily opens that up unless, I mean, they did have Luke Cornett last year.
They've made a more conscious effort on the offensive glass. I think Zoo would help that. I think
someone should trade for him.
I think the Boston Celtics know it's a bit more than just shoot as many threes as you can and do some other things. But we'll see. I don't know.
All right, y'all. If you're not doing anything later tonight, after the NBA in-season tournament championship, I will be live on TikTok streaming the number 6 high school in the nation, number 1 player in the nation, Tyron Stokes, number 1 freshman in the nation, JJ Crawford, and Jamal Crawford coaching the team. Y'all pull up the TikTok. In the meantime, make sure you get over to Splash Sports and pick more or less on Jalen Brunson and Victor Wembanyama for a 50% boost and a winning contest. We out of here, y'all. Same time tomorrow.
Merry Christmas.
See ya.